Hello everyone, hello, welcome. Hope you're doing great today. I'm having a decent day. Although I did find out something absolutely horrific, and that is I completely forgot to save at the end of last stream, so we completely lost any and all data. That's fine, we'll eventually redrive those cars, that's fine. But we're going to be driving the Astro back at level 1. Absolutely perfect. If you missed the previous stream, don't worry, nothing of that happened. But we are going to be doing, it's going to be fun. If I crash, if I have a major incident during the stream, I'm going to need to put on a clown wig and nose as punishment for poor driving standards. So that'll be fun. You'll probably see a lot of Clown Isaac today with a lot of being in a very, very heavy, very slow vehicle. So let's start. Let's dive right in because we already lost a little bit of time. I don't want to lose any more time. Let's go with the NA limited race here. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. We got a decent. The car itself is okay. We got this. We got this. But I do hope everyone is having a great day. I had my heart is a little bit in my throat right now from finding out that we lost quite a bit of game time from the previous stream. But that's fine. We can make that up a bit. We'll make that up on stream. That'll be cool. And two, we just get to enjoy driving these cars again. We'll continue sort of back through the loops and everything, and it'll be just slightly different when we go through the middle, the medium sedans wagons and the premium sedan wagons, which is fine. Had a really good day today actually. We can manage to celebrate the release of a project at work, or at the very least the project kind of coming to a close. And a couple coworkers and we got KFC, and I haven't had any fast food in like almost a year. Like it's been a very long time since I've eaten out a bit, but like after I haven't really had fast food in a very long time. So it was kind of a sort of a once in a while treat to have. Very enjoyable, very good. And we all got the what's known as the double down. If you're not familiar with the double down is basically a bacon and cheese sandwich, but instead of the bread, it's 2 pieces of fried chicken breast. It is probably, it's actually surprisingly good. We got the spicy versions with the spicy sauce on it. It's not really all that spicy, but I'm someone who really enjoys spicy food. But it was actually really good. Like the pieces of chicken were actually pretty thick. You bite into it, it's very juicy and everything like that. Very good. And I'm not sponsored by KFC, by the way. Like, trust me, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I am self-sponsored. Isaac Umbras is sponsored by Isaac Umbras. But no, it was actually really good. But it's those, even with the crunch time of the standard sort of engineering development cycle, and that being kind of fairly stressful, the camaraderie you build between your coworkers and everything is very enjoyable, and it definitely kind of helps make the job a lot more bearable. Definitely recommend kind of becoming, even if it's not necessarily close friends, at least decent acquaintances with the coworkers, so you can have people that have your back and that you have their back as well. When things are a bit in a lower stress situation, you kind of have a bit of fun. That was really enjoyable. Just kind of chilled in one of the offices and ate fried chicken. Which I know to the outside viewer sounds super unhealthy, but it was a nice change of pace. It reminds me a lot actually, like when I was sitting there, just kind of chilling for a little bit during lunch break and everything. Eating with the coworkers, it reminded me a lot of like my college years, and that whenever during the entire lead ups during finals weeks and everything, with final projects and final exams, all my roommates, so the vast majority of my roommates, like 4 out of 5 of my roommates, so it was a total of 6 of us. 5 out of 6 of us were engineering students of different disciplines and everything, which was on one hand was super cool. It basically meant we can. Oh, that's a light brush against the wall. We haven't made any major mistakes. But pretty much all of us were different disciplines of engineering students, which was super cool. And during the like finals week and everything, and the month leading up to finals, like it was a very high stress time. You know, we're all just kind of, we barely like we see each other, but we rarely like, actually like interact with each other. You know, mostly just keep studying, sleeping, getting, you know, lunch, dinner, and occasionally breakfast. But with that, and just, you know, going to class and everything. So our schedules are super packed. We barely, you know, do anything for fun during that like the month leading up to finals. But then the night after the final, like the last person has their final, it is like a big chill get together such with the guys. Like we break out the games, we break out, you know, the nice food and drinks and everything like that, and stay up super late, just kind of finally unwinding and decompressing after the massive like crunch time that was finals week. And it just feels so good. Like it was so much fun, and I definitely doing that with my coworkers today, it kind of brought back the memories of that, and it was very enjoyable, very nice. It was just really good. So with the van, with us driving the van again, it is we have lost a bit of progress. But to be fair, the two vehicles that we're gonna have to drive again, the Audi and the Nissan, both of those are still very nice vehicles, very good to drive. So I am looking forward to potentially driving them again. And I don't think I'll have too much issue. I think it'll be fairly fun. But I do know we are probably gonna have a few. It's gonna be a bit of a longer stream today, kind of getting the van back to its original level, and also leveling up 2 more vehicles, or at least 1 other vehicle, but hopefully 2 more vehicles afterwards. Oh my gosh, we lost a lot of ground there. Oh, we get to drive the fun cars anyway, some more. The Audi A4 and the Nissan, plus also the random number generator and everything. It does have the potential to be a bit different, a bit more random, plus with events themselves being at least semi-randomly generated by the game. Even then, like, it is still going to be different going through. You get different vibes, which is cool, which is really cool. I have to find more factoids about the different vehicles that we'll be driving again. I know I already talked a bit about the Chevrolet Astro and GMC Safari being built in, or at least being assembled in the Baltimore plant, right in Baltimore, and it's really cool. Because basically it was sort of like our hometown hero car, which is really nice, I think. Because it's cool that my parents, you know, we had one of those as well. We had a little piece of Baltimore industrial history, which is cool. I'd love to see GM build another, because the factory itself, the land the factory was on, was sold to real estate developers, and I forget what they developed it into. I think it was like office, like white collar office spaces, which is fine. You know, you still give people jobs and everything like that. But it would be really cool if GM or another automotive manufacturer set up another assembly plant right in or close to Baltimore. That'd be really cool. Fun because, you know, getting to live close to, you know, being able to live really close to like sort of another piece of sort of automotive engineering and development is really cool. But also because, you know, it does give, you know, nice blue collar jobs to the people and everything. And plus, with the port of Baltimore, and you have a good rail yard in Baltimore as well, Baltimore could be a really good spot, like with lots of industry as well. Good import-export scene, just because it's you know, you get good access right to the Mid-Atlantic. You get good rail access as well, pretty much down all across the East Coast, right from Baltimore. You know, you get a good population, good amount of people that would be willing, you know, I think anyway, would be willing to work in all that. That'd be cool. I'd love to see another automotive company sort of, well, just industry in general, kind of build up more assembly more assembly plants and stuff like that in or around Baltimore, so they can use more of the port and the infrastructure that's already there to kind of you know, one, not waste resources transporting it all the way across, you know, across the state or across the nation or across state lines or whatever. And plus also, you know, I really like Baltimore. I want what's good for Baltimore. I want the people of Baltimore to have lots of jobs and, you know, lots of different lots of different you know, job opportunities as well. I want Baltimore to be, you know, thriving and a really, really nice city. I think it has potential to be a very, 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 very nice city. And that's also why I was really hoping like the Baltimore Grand Prix would be a success as well when that was a thing back in the early 2010s. You know, have an Indy car and well, at the time it wasn't IMSA, it was American Le Mans, but have an Indy car and American Le Mans / IMSA race right in, like, as about as close as you can get to basically like your hometown, and being able to go there and everything. Like, that would be super, super, super cool. And unfortunately that wasn't meant to be. But when that was happening though, that was really, really, really cool. I do remember the stories of them trying to like find ways to make sure the cars didn't get airborne over the light rail system. Which is funny in retrospect, but at the time I was like, oh gosh, that's gonna be the reason. That's gonna be a reason they cancel it, is because some driver goes too fast over the rails and they just, you know, go flying. No, it's just unfortunately just due to the fact that it didn't make enough money and contractors weren't paid, which is unfortunate. I wonder how well a Formula E race would do in Baltimore, because with that the cars themselves are a bit slower. You could probably shut down a bit less of the city to still keep the track kind of in and around, you know, like the inner harbor area, which is sort of the more touristy section of Baltimore. Gonna have it right by like the waterfront and everything. It'd be pretty cool. It's a possibility. With Formula E kind of being a bit on the up and up, especially the new gen cars and everything. That could potentially be a means of them, you know, kind of bringing motorsport back to Maryland and everything, back to Baltimore. Alternatively, if they want to have another East Coast track that isn't, like, they already exist, like the St. Petersburg Grand Prix circuit down in Florida would be another good candidate, with it being only 1.8 miles, very tight, very technical, and you know they have the infrastructure already, you know, built and set up for, you know, the GT class racing, the Spec Miata race, and of course the IndyCar race, and all the other series that race over the weekend. If they have room in the schedule, it'd be cool to add, you know, Formula E to that as well. At least I think so. Or if anything else, they could have that as a night race. You know, get a bunch of lights as well, because the vehicles themselves are much quieter with them being electric. So they could probably have a night race without disturbing like local residents and everything there. I think that's a possibility. That'd be really cool. Here we go, across the line. A good, solid third place. We're slowly kind of getting this van level back up. Doing half decently. Minor nudges here and there, but otherwise we're actually driving very, very smooth. I think it's mostly because I'm actually somewhat awake right about now, which is nice. I got a good night of sleep last night. Really, really good rest. Tomorrow I'm a bit nervous. Tomorrow I've got an eye doctor's appointment. I'm getting my eyes examined because I noticed recently that I can no longer read the license plates of the vehicles that are like across the road from, like, if I'm sitting in my house, I can read the license plates of the vehicles that are like parked in front of the house. But I can't read the license plates of the vehicles that are across the road from where I am, which I do worry about just a little bit. And we got a half decent chance at that. Let's give it a shot. And also we can win a Range Rover. So I'm getting my eyes checked out to see if I may need, you know, either corrective surgery or eyeglasses or anything like that. Or if it's just because, you know, screen fatigue and everything with streaming and engineering and all that. Ooh, okay, the Range Rover. The Range Rover is a little bit quick. Range Rover is just a little bit quick. We're gonna have to really watch ourselves going through here. Come on, keep our revs high so I can get the nice turn in through the sweepers. Oh, a little bump, that's fine. Come on, we need to beat the Range Rover. Get into the slipstream. Oh, this is close. Very, very close. Kind of Dakar style or Safari Rally style racing. I'm gonna get on the inside. Or like Baja style racing. Really, really cool. That's what I like this track is. It's very wide. It is able to provide some good racing and both vehicles are pretty close. And it's really enjoyable to race in for like larger rally raid style vehicles. I wonder if anyone has actually entered like a GMC Safari or a Chevy Astro in like a Baja, like the Baja 1000 or in like the Paris Dakar Rally. Makes me wonder if this is, if anyone's ever used the van for like any type of motorsport racing or anything like that. It'd be kind of cool to see, because the engine itself was very, very reliable, if my memory serves me correctly. And the van itself, it was built on an SUV chassis, so it was or a truck chassis. So it was very, very, very durable, very, you know, body on frame, very rugged. It could probably do half decent in an off-roading situation, especially if it was raised up and had some suspension modifications. I think it could do okay. And we got absolutely obliterated going through there, though. Come on. Oh, stop sliding nearly as much, please. Come on, van. Yeah, the Range Rover has considerably more power than the van. And unfortunately, there isn't nearly as much turns on the Mirage crossing, which does make it just a little bit difficult to have a good run against more powerful and faster cars. And the Range Rover is very, very fast in a straight line. Look at the power, how quickly it's accelerating up the hill. Whereas we're going to be bogging down just a little bit. An unfortunate second place. But still a clean race. We will lose a bit of points there, unfortunately. But that's just the nature of life. That is the rules of nature. Alright, well, we're gonna... Hopefully we still get enough points to level up. Yeah, that should be enough to level up. There we go, good. Very, very nice. Oop. And then the vehicle's gonna level up as well. There we go, get some more power in the little in the V8 of the engine. Yeah, 0 points there. And now our RS has definitely, sorry, our ranking points have definitely tanked. Alright, let's see. Oh gosh, all of this is pretty bad. Low wing steering challenge. Let's see here. What are we up against? Tivia, Tamora, Pantera. That's gonna be a bit tricky. Let's see what else we have. Automotive challenge. Four-wheel drive limited race. We got a half decent shot here and a chance to win as well as the Mitsubishi Pajero. So yeah, let's take it. Let's take it. Let's make sure we level up. Let's make sure we level up the van some more. The beautiful Chevrolet Astro. Big V8 four-wheel drive SUV chassis van. Like look at this beautiful box. It's even got the 90s two-tone paint coloring on it, which is super cool. What I would love to do is get one of these and like restore and like actually like fully like, you know, like ice out the interior with a whole bunch of, like make like really, you know, make a nice sort of like luxury vans, like do that, you know, like the custom interiors on the vans and everything. Keep the outside mostly simplistic, make it a bit subtle, but like make the interior, you know, nice leathers, like plush leather seats and everything. That'd be a fun project. Be mostly like a upholstery and electronics, but just doing like full on like vehicle restoration of that. I think that'd be really fun. It'd be basically like a second potential project car after like a GMA body. Have two vehicles that are key in Baltimore industrial history. You know, as like as you know, as a collection. Just that's gonna be the dream collection now. Is all types of vehicles that had the potential to be manufactured or assembled in Baltimore. That's now gonna be the collection I'm gonna go for if I become like super rich. Is all the different types of vehicles that had the potential to be built in a Baltimore assembly plant. So that's GMA bodies and the Chevrolet Astro, and I have to see what other vehicles were potentially built in Baltimore. I have to do a bit more research into that. Just slowly build up sort of the wish list there, and then gradually, you know, if I ever make it big or whatever, or make, you know, win the lottery or something, again, you know, collecting those types of cars. That'd be fun, I think. You can kind of create a museum maybe of, you know, Baltimore significant vehicles. That'd be cool as well. Kind of show people sort of like the history of automotive manufacturing in an area that's not necessarily known, or not nearly as, like, you know, in pop culture, not really as known for automotive manufacturing. That'd be cool. That'd be very, very cool. Alright, come on. We're actually doing really, really well. We're holding off. Oh dear. Alright, you're dive bombing me. We were holding off the Audi fairly well there. Alright, nice and easy. Let's keep the pressure on the Audi. Let's make sure we don't make any mistakes. Oh, we got a good run. We got a good run, but that Audi is very powerful, very lightweight, very nimble. Come on, I gotta get around the hairpins for the second time. The hairpin corners are like what really kind of kill the flow of the lap. It makes it really difficult to really kind of build up some speed against the opponents. And with them being fairly single file corners as well, it's difficult to make an overtake. Whereas here, I can get a good run through this corner, get into the slipstream on the back straight, and kind of stay with them, going up until the sweeping corners and sort of the back roads and everything. A little bit. That Audi is still very, very fast. And I want to make sure I do a little bit better than second place. I was kind of hoping I'd get first. I am liking how I am driving a bit cleaner. The Clown Isaac punishment might actually be working and sort of being an incentive for me to hold back just a little bit, not 100% overdrive the car. I'm doing half decently right now with the van. Keeping it nice and steady, nice and smooth through here. Alright, nice and easy. Here we go. Come on. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ooh, a little bit squirrely over the cobblestone bridge. Alright, into the town for the second time. Back onto the cobbled streets. Just behind the Audi. The Audi is just out of our reach, I think. But it is going to be very close. Alright, nice little tap of the brakes as the car turned in. A good solid second place finish. I will definitely take that. There we go, cross the line. Make sure we get the van all nice and upgraded. Okay. Oh, cool, a completely clean race as well. I don't see many of those from Isaac. So, well done, Isaac. Well done. Thank you, Isaac. Let me just pat myself on the back there. Oh my gosh. We got the Pajero as well. Very cool. I think we actually unlocked that in the previous stream with the save issues. I gotta make sure, like, I actually save now. Like, I'm gonna make sure I actually, like, go back to the menus and save the game before I end the stream. Because, oh my gosh. That was terrifying. Yeah, our ranking decreased a bit more. That's frustrating. As long as we can stay being able to enter R1 events, we'll be mostly okay, I think. I do want to see. Hang on a second. I do want to see records. Driver performance ranking. I want to see what the. Okay, so it is a blank one. So I can probably enter an easier race. Try to unlock a car. So let's see. Novice challenge. Oh, we actually do have a chance to win a Mazda RX-3. Oh, yeah, and a Beetle Type 1. Both those cool cars. Let's see what else we have. The Sunday race. Alright, that's the Lotus Elan. I've got the four-wheel drive limited race. We actually have a few options here. We have the Range Rover and the Subaru Legacy. Both of those. Let's do it. Let's do this one on Tsukuba. This will be a slightly easier race. We'll probably get a bit less points, but we still have a good chance of winning some good cars. Get two potential options as well added to the collection. I do want to try to focus on getting some more vehicles as well, especially some of the slower vehicles early on. So that way we're not just trying to lock and win and race the boring vehicles last. Before then we eventually go towards trying to win all the RS races. I think this definitely be very, very good. Alright, come on. Give me some speed, give me some power. Easy, easy. Nice little tippy tap of the gas. Get the car around the corners. We actually should have a fairly easy time with this. Just because Tsukuba is a track that we know pretty much by heart. And also because we're in a lower tier event. The drivers aren't nearly as aggressive. The vehicles themselves aren't nearly as fast in a lower tier event. So it should be a fairly easy victory. We should have a good chance of being able to win and maybe unlock the Range Rover or the Legacy. Both the vehicles would be nice to add to the collection, I think. Alright, come on. A beautiful, beautiful, super aerodynamic box on wheels. To be fair, I kind of like the square, the boxier design of some of the older vehicles. It's just, I don't know, it's something sort of rugged, but like, you know, simplistic about the design. It's not nearly as busy as a lot of more modern vehicle designs. And it just, it's got like personality to it. I know you're like, well, how does a box have personality? But it just, I don't know, it just does. The two-tone paint, the utilitarian nature of it. Like, it's just really, really, really cool. Alright, nice and easy. With the car nice and smooth, going around the corners. Very, very cool. One thing I like about watching races, especially longer races, is if you watch races, you get to watch a track kind of gradually sort of evolve over time. And I'm talking about, like, you know, changes in track layout or anything like that. No, I mean, like, during the race, the track itself will literally change as the rubber of the cars comes off and gets embedded on the road. You have, basically, on the racing line, the track itself gets rubbered in, which increases the grip and decreases the rate of tire wear, and the cars can do faster and faster lap times, which is really, really cool. And you can kind of see it on this track here, with the darker racing line right around where, you know, right around where the car's gonna be driving. That's all the rubber that's kind of been embedded into sort of the rougher asphalt, making it a bit smoother, but a bit grippier as well. And then offline, you get to see all the marbles, and the marbles are basically larger pieces of rubber that have broken off of the tires during heavy cornering and everything, that eventually kind of get scattered offline. And the reason they call them marbles is, well, one, it does look like marbles, you know, kind of roundish rubber balls. But the other reason they call them marbles is if you drive on them, it feels like you're actually driving on marbles. Now, a lot of older racing games don't necessarily simulate that, but more modern racing games do simulate the marbles offline. And drivers have stated that if you go offline, it feels like, you know, you're almost driving in the wet or on ice. It's very, very slippery. Your car loses a lot of traction. So it's really, really cool to kind of see how, not only how the track evolves, but how the drivers then sort of change their strategy They change they change their lines. Corners that may be able to be good passing points early in the race, depending on how the track evolves, they're no longer good passing points later in the race because offline or on the line that the driver that does the overtaking will be on, there's more marbles there, so they won't be able to safely make an overtake. And then at other parts, if the track itself gets rubbered in a wider spot because more people are going side by side through there, eventually the outer line may actually get a bit grippier, and that may become a better overtaking spot as well. So the track itself does change quite a bit, and especially dirt tracks like dirt ovals and even like rallycross tracks, those change even more so, because with them, the more you drive in a certain area, the slicker it becomes as the dirt kind of gets compressed and becomes more muddy, and you get less of a cushion. So you basically kind of start in the center of the track, not too close to the inside, not too close to the outside, and that's kind of like the fastest line through the corners. And as that kind of wears away, as that kind of gets compressed into mud and gets slicker, basically kind of the track kind of splits into two lines, one going further to the inside of the track, getting closer and closer, trying to find more and more sort of the grippy surface there to get the car turned in. And then you have another line that goes closer and closer to the outside of the track, trying to keep the speed going around the corner and stay within the cushion. And eventually when both of those get used up, then you go back to the middle, as that eventually gets kind of rubbered in. And it's still slower than when the track was first brand new, fresh, but it's a bit faster than the rest of the areas of the track now. So it's cool seeing that evolve over time and change, especially if you watch it in real life. Like, it is super, super, super cool. And hey, we won the legacy. Very, very nice. Beautiful, beautiful car. Beautiful, beautiful wagon. Nice. Another very clean race there. Bling. Good level up. We should be. I think that's a level 2 levels higher. Nope, just 1. Okay. We got grippier rubber. Very, very nice. Good. Our ranking has definitely increased. That's good. At the next one, we need to score more than 84 points, so we can still enter an easier race. And it might be a half decent idea to enter another easier race. Over 180 centimeter race. That's possible. Nah. Let's see what else we have. 4-wheel drive match. We get an Astro duel at Marco Strada. That's a possibility. We got the Bergen Challenge, Garden Challenge, GM Cup. We can potentially win the Firebird. Let's take it. We haven't raced in Marco Strada in a long time as well. This would be a good one. This would be a good one to try. Let's do it. We've got this. We've got this. Three, 2, 1. Alright, let's do this. Get the grip, get the 4-wheel drive acceleration off of the line. Marco Strada is a really enjoyable track. I love it. Is very beautiful. Very beautiful track. Really, really nice. I like the high commitment chicane as well. High commitment corners in general are really, really fun. It's basically sort of a risk versus reward. How much do you want to risk it for the biscuit as you're going through it? Right now I'm driving fairly clean though, actually. Partially because I am entering easier races. I'm not trying to like overdrive the vehicle and drive it like super, get like huge amounts of ranking points. But at the same time, also because I am intentionally trying to drive right within my limits and keep the car nice and clean. Because here's the thing, to finish first, you must first finish. It's an old racing quote, but it's still very, very important. It still holds up today as well, and it's very necessary, very, very necessary, in order to get get consistent points finishes rather than just either win it or bin it. And I much prefer... Alright, next race is Clown Isaac. That was bad. That was truly horrible. Next race is Clown Isaac. You get to see Clown Isaac. All right, let's keep a car off the wall for the rest of the race though. Nice, smooth. Don't want to wreck any of the Italian architecture. Beautiful, beautiful areas. We actually have a very, very big lead. I forgot just how slow the AI takes a chicane. So you can really kind of beat the AI by a fairly large margin in Marco Strada, just if you can take the chicane at a high rate of speed. But it's nice. Very, very, very enjoyable course. This will be a fun one to have racing against other players on and everything. And honestly, one thing I love to do is like sort of when I have zero software knowledge. Like I had to use a whole bunch of YouTube tutorials just to even get OBS set up correctly and get an actual like YouTube account set up properly. And it was like hours and hours of like watching tutorials before I even began streaming. But it'd be cool to have kind of set up a video game development company as well, like an indie game development company where I kind of recreate or create sort of a modern reinterpretation of Enthusia as well, kind of release like as an indie game on Steam. That'd be really, really cool. Focus more so on like road-based vehicles and everything like that, and have the odd system as well. What you do is you have basically rankings where you rank based on like how well you do in certain vehicles against other players as well. So it encourages people online as well to drive slower cars so they can maybe get more rewards even if they don't necessarily win. Which is cool. That way not everyone isn't always just going right after the meta car or whatever vehicle is the fastest. Like that would be pretty cool, I think. Then again, no matter what, there will always be some form of meta vehicle because then they'll just go for whatever vehicle kind of gives them the most bang for their buck in terms of performance and ranking and everything like that. Basically, which one has the biggest disparity between what the game thinks the vehicle performs and how the vehicle actually performs. So that is entirely possible. That could still happen, unfortunately. But it's still something to think about. It's something that could potentially be done. All right, come on, nice and easy. Keep the car off the wall. Only 2 wall collisions, but in 5 miles, that's nothing really to be proud of. Definitely want to make it 0 wall collisions in a much longer distance, I think. I definitely have a problem with overdriving the vehicle and pushing it like to like its absolute limits. And while that's okay in qualifying or in, you know, when you're doing like the license test in Gran Turismo, where you can just keep retrying it until you like get the right balance. That's not great. It's not great for actual racing, I think. It can definitely cause you to have more accidents, more issues than normal. But there we go, managed to half decent for an old Chevrolet Astro van. Still very nice. Let's see if we're able to win the Trans Am. Let's see if we're able to win the Firebird. Beautiful Phoenix muscle car. There we go. We're unlocking quite a bit of vehicles. Quite a considerable amount of vehicles. Alright, let's see. Should be able to level up the vehicle's performance again. There we go. Very nice. Very good. We're very, very rapidly increasing this vehicle's performance. We've got 2 levels to go before this is ready to rock. Our ranking has also greatly increased. Let's get this open. There we go. Very nice. All right, next race we're gonna have to do much better than previously. That's gonna make things just a little bit tricky. You might have to actually enter a fairly tricky events to get some more points. Yeah. All right, but that's fine. Our vehicle is much more heavily modified. We should have the grip. We should have the power, and the weight reduction as well to really get the vehicle all nice. We've got this. We've got this. Alright, come on. Alright, that Volvo. My boss actually used to own one of those Volvo sedans. He was telling me about that today. He showed me pictures of it back when he owned the car. Really cool. And he said it is still a very fast car. Cool sleeper car. Back when he was a bit younger. And back when the car was like brand new and everything. Really cool car. Definitely looking forward to eventually being able to drive that in the game. That one really punches well above its weight class with the four-wheel drive, lightweight turbocharged vehicle. Very good, very fast for a C-class car. Very rapid. Definitely a really enjoyable car to drive. And I'm looking forward to seeing just how fast I can push it, just how quickly, how much faster we can be compared to the rest of the opponents. I think. Oh, duh. I almost lied to you guys. Whoopsie daisies. Let's get this on here. I almost forgot. That is on me. Ooh. I did have a collision with the wall. Previous race, a pretty hard collision with the wall. So now I am Clown Isaac. There we go. Oh. For shame, but you are forgiven. Welcome to the stream, Repcord. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Oh my gosh. Oh, to be fair though, I did actually prepare for this. One, outside of the clown outfit, which is basically a punishment for any time I have a previous race where I have a major collision with the wall, or a major off-course excursion, or any other thing that causes me to lose quite a bit of time. I also have a decent amount of car puns written down right in front of me. So I got one for you. What do you call a Ford Fiesta that has run out of gas? You're doing good, glad to hear that. But a Ford Fiesta that has run out of gas is actually a Ford Siesta. Hong Kong. Oh. What car do all cooks drive? It's a simple one. What car do all cooks drive? I didn't realize this until I looked in like an Applebee's parking lot. The car that all cooks drive is a Chevrolet. Ah? Oh, I've got way too many of them. Did you hear about the frog? Did you hear about the frog that parked his car in a no parking space? He got towed. Ah. Oh, none of them are good. None of them are good. I just see you turning off the stream right this second. He's like, no, I'm done. It's too late at night for this mess. The pain, Pecco, and me. Later, I'll end you later. If I get paid to do so, I'll be sure to end you. Oh man. Okay. But no, we get to. If you haven't seen our vehicle, I'm not sure when exactly you got to drop into the stream. But if you haven't seen our vehicle, we're driving the Chevrolet Astro van, which is really cool. My parents actually owned one of these when I was a kid. Well, the GMC version, the GMC Safari, and it's super cool. Very nice. I even have like the late 90s, early 2000s two-tone body modeling and everything. But I was doing a bit of research on it because I normally like to do research on the vehicles that I'm going to be driving on stream, so I can talk about them. Especially vehicles that I'm not nearly as familiar with, like this van. Just got here, so you didn't know what you're driving. Yeah, we got the Chevrolet Astro van. Really cool. That's what I love about this game, is you can drive pretty much like any sort of mundane vehicle as well. And there's still races where you can be competitive in. Like I'm on a solid second place against the AI here, which is really, really nice in this big old brick. But I was doing a bit of research, and I didn't realize it until I actually did a bit of research. The GMC Safari and Chevy Astro were actually built right in Baltimore, which is super cool. I didn't know that until I did the research on it earlier this week, and I was like, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, wow, that's so cool. Like it's just because, you know, it's basically like right, you know, not quite in my backyard, but like really, really, you know, sort of in like, you know, about as close you can get to like it being built in your hometown and everything. So it's really, really, really cool, especially because my parents own one of them as well. So it adds even more to the coolness factor. I'd love to see GM build another assembly plant, and have more vehicles assembled in Baltimore as well. That way the port gets more use as well as an export facility. It'd be very, very nice. Well, even if it's not necessarily GM, just another automotive manufacturer, I think would be really cool. Could be anyone from like Tesla to Toyota to whomever else. But it'd be very, very, it'd be nice. A good solid second place finish. One low and searing. There we go. There isn't a whole lot of Hyundais though, so I'm thumbs up. Just a slight one off course excursion, but that's good enough because there was only like a wheel or two off. So I'm gonna no longer be Clown Isaac. No longer gonna be Clown Isaac for the next race, but I'm sure I am probably gonna be clowning around just a bit more as well. There we go. We get some extra grippy boys. Thank goodness. Yeah, I realized it's basically not only, please no, it's a punishment not only for me for my poor driving, but it's a punishment for those that are watching as well. They get punished, and they need to suffer with me. They need to suffer with me. It is. Ow! You're hurting my heart. You're hurting my feelings, buddy. That is like a shot, like an arrow right through the heart. That is a pain Pecco moment, but it is not untrue. So, you know. Alright, this one's gonna be pretty tricky. That Renault 5 is gonna be fairly quick, and that Accord as well. But we got this. German back roads, racing track through a small German town as well. Very, very fun. It definitely touches a bit on the vehicle's weak points with a lot of quick, tight corners, as well as really, really long straights. But this should be really, really enjoyable. That's okay. Okay, I didn't send my text. That's weird. Which is weird. I have it on live chat as well, so it should go through. Let me double check the settings after this race. It should have permitting pretty much anything, unless you're talking about like, you know, fairly risque content, like, you know, you're using like foul language and stuff like that. Alright, try saying that's what I'm here for. Just sent the emote. Huh. Not sure why that would get caught up in the filters. I should try adding. Huh. Interesting. I'm not sure how that happened, but my apologies. I gotta look into that after this race. I'm actually doing half decently as well against the rest of the AI. It's very, very. I do enjoy the looks of this course. Like, the course itself is very beautiful, especially with the rays of light going through the trees. You know, the outcropping right on this hairpin, sort of overlooking another sort of small German town as well. You can't really see it as much going on the reverse version of the course, but on the forwards version of the course, you can see a bit more of the town. There's just been a weird interaction with the emotes and text. And that's a possibility. YouTube sometimes doesn't really like emojis and all that stuff. I found that sometimes it freaks out when it has both emotes and text at the same time. So that's very, very strange. Ooh, getting really close to the walls. We do have the Accord Euro R right behind us as well. It's basically Honda's like super sports sedan of the early 2000s. Very quick, very fast, really cool. And we never got one. I don't think we got one in the States. We technically kind of got like an Acura version, but it wasn't nearly as fast. But the Accord Euro are a really cool vehicle. Very nice. I wish we got more of the older Type R's here in the States. Like the older Civic Type R's, or the Integra, the DC2 Integra Type R's. And we kind of got a different Integra Type R. We got the one with the 4-round headlights, whereas Japan got the one with the 2 very long rectangular headlights, which is the key sort of distinction between the two. So we kind of got a DC2 Integra Type R, but it's still a little bit different, to the point where there's even kits for the American versions, especially the non-Type R DC2 Integras. There's kits for people to turn them into the Japanese front bumper and front headlight style, which is cool. Very cool. I wonder why they made that change though. Like outside of, I'm not thinking of any reason why. But it's still a cool like automotive tidbit where you can kind of see a picture of an Integra Type R in the game, and you can immediately see if it was a U.S. market or not, which is cool because other versions of or other regional differences of vehicles aren't nearly as readily apparent. Like for the SW20 Toyota MR2, the main difference with that is the side badging, which if you're not looking closely is very easy to miss between the U.S., the European, and the Japanese variants. I forget which one says what, but like one of them says like GTST, one of them just says MR2, one of them says like twin cam or something. So it is a little bit different between the different variations for that. But you look at like an actual especially a further away shot of the MR2s, and outside of looking at the steering wheel placement, it's very difficult to tell, to figure out which one's which. Or for example, the regional differences for the Honda S2000 is basically just comes down to what paint colors were available for different regions. Because there are some paint colors that are US market only, and there are some paint colors that were Japanese market only. And Europe kind of got a mix of both, but never all of them. Which is cool, which is really cool as well. So it is interesting seeing the different regional differences. Or you do have a bit larger regional differences for vehicles made during the 70s though, because during the 70s the US had began implementing crash safety systems, and so a lot of those mid 70s vehicles had those big sort of bulbous front and rear bumpers, sort of the big sort of polyurethane bumpers and everything, whereas the European markets didn't need those. So you can kind of see if you look at like a lot of 70s vehicles. Let me see if I can pull up a version of it. Let me see if I can pull up one. Images. Yeah. Okay. This might work better. All right. Display capture. Turn this on. There we go. Okay. For example, the Lamborghini Countach. All right. The European version had a much sort of smaller front bumper, as you can see here. Very kind of sleek, very thin and everything. And then the US market had to get the big safety bumpers on the front and rear, the big sort of plastic polyurethane bumpers. And a lot of people opted to eventually remove those from their vehicles. Yeah, really. Or 1970s XJR. Yeah, or for example, the Jaguar XJR. I'm trying to find an American one. Let's see. Hang on a second. Yeah, here we go. So for example, you can see here with the Jaguar XJR, it has the big sort of front bumper, black polyurethane front bumper on its right on its front. Whereas if it was a European one, it didn't have the big plastic bumper there. It's a really cool difference between the two vehicles and everything, or the different variations of the vehicles, and that was due to sort of safety regulations during the time period. Though some smaller companies, so for example the MGB, it was the same. Basically, it was the same for all the markets because they didn't have enough money to really kind of make multiple different variations of the MGB. So they just made it for the American market and sort of kept the same styling for the European market as well. Because they were smaller, didn't have nearly enough money to sort of develop two different variations of the car. But it is really, really cool kind of seeing how, you know, differences in regulations, differences in automotive culture as well change sort of what causes, you know, the different looks of the vehicles, even if they are almost exactly the same otherwise. Really, really cool. Fascinating. Yeah, it is really nice. Alright, now we need to go specialty vehicle. Let's see what we have here. We have 3 options. So we're going to do a random number generator between 1 and 3. We have the Mazda Cosmo Sport, beautiful rotary car. We've got the Ford Mustang GT with the 4.6 liter modular V8 engine with the 3 valves per cylinder. And of course the Toyota Celica SS2, the final, at least currently final generation of Celica. That one didn't get a four-wheel drive variant. So let's turn back on display capture. Let's see the random number generator. Min 1, max 3. It is a 3. All right, so let's. Boop. So that means we are going to be driving the Toyota Celica, a nice front-wheel drive fastback car. Very, very cool. A lot of cool colors. You got the super red 5, or a super bright yellow. Very, very nice. I'm gonna get it in red. Bright red Celica. Oh gosh, yeah, our ranking dropped heavily there. We're gonna need to go pretty quick now in the next race. Make sure we keep our car off of the wall. Let's make sure we do some adjustments, some setting adjustments. Get it a little bit on the oversteery side. Stiffen up the rear suspension. Stiffen up the rear dampener. I mean, it's par for the course. We were going to change the vehicle anyway. Get some more camber for the front, a little bit of camber for the rear. Set it more towards acceleration. And I do want to dial back the limited slip some. Having it set right in the middle, that's a little bit too much lock. So that means if we get on the throttle, it's going to understeer like crazy. And I like to use just a little bit of throttle as we go around the corners. So let's see what we have here. We got the Japanese car limited race. We got the front wheel drive limited race. Let's see if we have any vehicles we can unlock here. No. Alright. Low end steering challenge. We did that already. We'll do the Japanese car limited race. Got a good mixture of vehicles here. Let's do it. Let's see just how well our little Celica can handle the twists and turns of Autumn Mountain. It should be very, very fun. Especially because the vehicle itself is currently unmodified. So that means it'll be a little bit slower. So it'll probably underperform compared to normally. It's got decent launch from the stop though. This is the higher performance variant. And while the SS2 chassis never really got never got a GT4 variant like other Celicas did, it did still have a fairly still had a fairly quick version with the. It also had a specially tuned TRD version as well that had quite a bit of power, and an additional body kit and some suspension modifications, which is really cool. And then you had the Japanese tuning company Trial making a couple of different tune variations as well, with full-on aero kits and very low, very heavily tuned suspension, and even quite a bit of engine modifications as well. And the thing is, this vehicle itself doesn't make a whole lot of power. The engine of this vehicle was actually used fairly extensively in the later versions of the Lotus Elise. A supercharged variant of it was anyway. So the engine itself does have quite a bit of power potential. And the car itself, the chassis was very lightweight. It actually, during the time period, was relatively popular in a lot of grassroots motorsports and everything as a lightweight, short wheelbase, front-wheel drive car. And while it has fallen out of popularity in the tuner scene compared to other vehicles of that time period, it did have a fairly significant presence when it was newer. It's just some vehicles sort of become timeless classics, and other vehicles sort of fade away a bit. It's like the Dodge Neon as well. The Dodge Neon was very popular in a lot of grassroots motorsports when it was newer, but nowadays not as much, with the exception of like the SRT4 variant. And even then, that one is a bit more of a forgotten high-performance tuner car. Because the SRT4 of the Neon was horrifically fast, massively turbocharged, little inline four-cylinder engine making well over 200 horsepower. That car was quick. And because the chassis was, a super lightweight, subcompact frame, it just took off like a rocket for its size. It was really, really cool. To the point where when the engine and transmission were transferred over to the high performance variants of the PT Cruiser, it actually even made the PT Cruiser somewhat sporty as well. Like, that's how much power the little inline four-cylinder engine made when it was hopped up on a high boost pressure turbocharger. Very, very nice. Very cool. Alright, right now we're in third place, holding our own fairly well against some much faster opposition. Beautiful Celica. Alright, gotta dial it in just a little bit. Gotta watch it a little bit on the long sweepers. Excuse me. Gotta watch it a bit on the long sweepers, because it's very, very, very easy to run wide if you get on the throttle too early on a front-wheel drive car. You kind of basically turn in when you get off throttle, and you kind of sort of pull yourself out of a slight slide with the throttle as well, which is why I usually try to set my front-wheel drive vehicles up for a bit of lift-off oversteer, because it helps a lot with turn-in at higher speeds and keeps the cars very nimble, especially with the shorter wheelbase front-wheel drive cars. Very, very nice. And it allows for some fairly quick lap times, which is very, very enjoyable, very, very good. But you gotta kind of think very differently as you're driving it. You almost have to drive it backwards compared to a rear-wheel drive car, where throttle instead of throttle causing you to slide out more, throttle causes you to kind of pull out straight and run wide. Nice and easy. Steadily get back on the throttle as you run sort of all the way out to the wall. You want to make sure we use all of the track so we can take as wide of a turn through this as possible, carry as much speed. We got a blue car right behind us. I'm thinking that may actually be, I'm not sure what that is. I think we already got passed by the Skyline. I don't intend to slow down enough to really get a better look at it. Oh, that's the Subaru Impreza, of course. Alright, so a rally legend versus a fairly lightweight front-engine, front-wheel drive car. We can handle this, though. Nice and easy around these corners. Very good, very smooth. I love the autumn mountain track. When I did my track ranking video, this was definitely in one of the top tiers, with the beautiful fall leaves, with the sweeping corners, with the good battles you can have against the opponents as well. Like, I'm having a good defensive battle against this Super Impreza. It's catching me up quite a bit on the straights, but on the corners I'm able to kind of pull a bit of distance ahead of it, which is very, very nice. You get a good mix of that, so you can really, really battle well with the AI. Even against vehicles that are much faster than you can have a good battle there. But it seems like we may be a little bit out of luck, as that Impreza, we're on a long straightaway now, and that Impreza's got a good 80 more horsepower than we do. We're close to it. So we gotta be very, very careful. Make sure they don't get a good run on us down the straight. We're out of a very tight corner. And we're gonna have to make up a lot of time on the longer sweepers. There we go. Oh gosh, you were right behind me. Okay, there we go. Use a little bit of a Kansai drift there, and use the throttle to kind of pull out of the drift. Very, very, very sketchy there. I was basically overdriving my car and praying that I wouldn't spin it one way. Because then one, I would need to be Clown Isaac. But yeah, here we go. So you think the next DLC cars is every 2 months now? I'd hope not. I do hope that they do more than just add cars and add tracks. So they need, like I said, they need to add events. And it would be very, very disappointing because if you look at Gran Turismo Sports, the amount of content, especially like the amount of actual like races and events for the vehicles that they already had in the game, and tracks they already had in the game that they added with the cars they added, was so much more than adding with GT7. It feels, I'm a little bit disappointed with that. I'm hoping to kind of really cranking stuff up, or at the very least really increasing the number of events that are going to be in the later updates, because I think that is what's going to really improve the game, if they add more actual events. If anything else, they can literally, I am more than willing to reach out to Polyphony Digital and help sort of create if they need some creativity in like what type of events and everything to add. Hey, Polyphony Digital, hit me up. I'm not actually a spokesman for Polyphony Digital. I have no idea what they're planning. I have no idea what they're going to do, but I'm hoping they have more frequent updates than just every 2 months. Or if it is going to be every 2 months, I do hope that the content of the updates is very, very high quality, with a lot more events going into being available for the races and everything. Because like you have the Red Bull X 2019, no events for that. You have the shifter cart, no events for that. You have all the tuner cars, not really any events for them. You have the classic Formula, like the classic Gran Turismo Formula car, no events for that. You have the really, really classic Honda Formula 1 car, no events for that. It's kind of sad. You don't really have any events for like the really, really old Le Mans cars, like the Ford GT, the Ford GT Mark IV, or the Jaguar XJ13, or the Porsche 917, or the Ferrari P4. Nothing like that. No events for those cars, and it's kind of sad. There's no event for like Dodge Vipers. There's, it's. I mean, you get the American muscle car races, which is okay, but it'd be cool to have some more like one make race events as well, to really kind of get good vehicle variety, good event variety. Do we have an empty week? We do have an empty week. That is good. We can attempt to win another car this race. Let's see what options we have available. Under 2 liter race. Ooh, Sylvia K, Mitsubishi Galant GTO, and the Lotus Esprit. Let's do it. Let's try to win one of those 3 cars. Let's make sure we add a bit more to the collection. I definitely want to keep trying to win some more vehicles, unlock some more vehicles. Plus, also be nice kind of starting a bit further in the back. And this is also a track, while I really don't like this track, we haven't raced this track for a while. So I do want to at least sort of learn more about this track, try to do well on the track. Also, do let me know if my audio. I tried listening to it before the stream, and it seemed okay to me. But do let me know if my audio is a little bit out of whack, or okay, that's a light tap on the wall. That's not too bad. Or for example, like my game audio is a bit too loud, or my mic audio is a bit too soft. But from what I can hear, because I'm also listening to my headphones. It seems okay, I think. We gotta make sure we catch up to that other Toyota Celica. A nice Celica dual seems fine to me. Thank you, Ripcord. I appreciate that. Oh, that was an off-track excursion. Really? That's unfortunate. Okay, we need to really make sure we race nice and clean. A little tippy tap of the brakes with the car nice and turned in. But this track is absolutely dreadful to drive on. There's no really any good passing points. It's super narrow. And this corner here as well. It dares you to try to cut the corner, and then it penalizes you for cutting the corner, which is so annoying. And then this corner here is just understeer central. You're constantly fighting the car because one, you're going uphill for a good chunk of it, and then two, the corner is negatively banked, so it's banked away from the center of the turn. So it's like the opposite of a NASCAR track. So you're constantly being pulled further and further out away from the turn. So you can't take it nearly as fast as you think you could, which makes it really. It makes it, to quote 1984, double plus ungood to drive on. Yeah, it's definitely it's such a rough turn. Alright, we need to really catch up to that Celica though. We're not gonna lose to another Celica. Come on. It's weird how fast that Celica is compared to like every other opponent. Like, I was expecting the Sylvia K's to be right up there with us in terms of performance. Because that one is an even faster vehicle. It's rear-wheel drive, about the equal weight, but it has got the turbocharging line for which produces a little bit more, not a whole lot, but a little bit more power than what we currently produce. So it's interesting. It is interesting seeing the Sylvia being so far behind. I'd imagine a rear-wheel drive car would do much better on some of these tighter corners because it doesn't have nearly as much understeer. Come on, nice and easy. Oh, we have a little bit of a run on the Celica. Now into the understeer loop, the loop of death. And I don't know how they managed to pull away so much on the loop of death. We really need to do a little bit better. Oh, right up against the wall. Oh, we're gaining on them, but it's not going to be enough. It is not going to be enough across the line. Second place is all we can hope for. Oof. Half a second behind. That was a good race, so GG to the other driver in the Celica. Well done. Very, very, very good job. I get a nice drink of water there. Very nice. And we still have a good chance to unlock another vehicle as well. Come on, give me something nice. A Gallant GTO, yes please. Nice classic Japanese sporty car. Really cool looking. Very lightweight, decent amount of power. Beautiful racing stripes as well. The car itself we're driving has leveled up. Get a little bit grippy, get some grippier boys on there. Get 22 ranking points. Not gonna be a whole lot in terms of our ranking. Not gonna really be doing a whole lot. We do have another empty week, so we can try to unlock another car. Let's do that. Unless we have any good events here in the Japanese Car Limited race. Anything that could potentially give us some good, not only some good points, but another vehicle in the higher ranked races. Ooh, the Lancia Rally 037. That is a possibility. We could potentially race there. We have low-end searing. And no vehicles there. So maybe we might try to unlock. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try to unlock the O37. Really cool fact about the O37 and the Lancia Monte Carlo is, well, both of them are based on a similar chassis and have a very similar silhouette. The engine layout is actually quite different for both of the vehicles. They're both mid-engine, but the O37 has the engine mounted longitudinally, meaning basically the cylinders are lined up in a line from front to back, and as opposed to side to side, which is transversely. The Monte Carlo, which is the lower performance model that the O37 is at least partially based on, actually has the engine laid out transversely, which is cool. So despite the fact that they're both inline four-cylinder powered, mid-engine Lancia vehicles that share a lot of similar looks and everything, they themselves are actually very different vehicles. So far, no major collisions. The light tapping with other vehicles, I'm not going to necessarily count that. Probably because the AI is a bit of a beep boop. And also because light rubbing is racing. But if we have like a major off-course excursion or a major contact with the wall, then Clown Isaac comes back and I get to read off more automotive puns. Alright, we're up in the third. Let's see if we can't beat the Lancia O37. It is very nimble. So we will have a little bit of a tough time beating it through some of the faster turns. Yep, the Saab is right on my inside. Very tricky, very tricky, kind of going too wide for that corner. Let's try to get that position back. Alright, yeah, you definitely want to stay down in second gear for that turn. Third gear is way too high a gear. Revs are going to be way too low. Alright, we got a Celica behind us as well. We're not gonna lose against a mirrored opponent this time around. We're gonna at least try to finish within the points. That Evo is long gone, but we should at least really push for a solid points playing position. If we're lucky, we may even be able to try to push for a podium. But that O37 and the Saab are actually doing really well. Both of them, quite quick. Oh gosh, the car itself is still just a little bit understeery on longer corners. I may have to stiffen up the rear suspension just a tad and adjust the camber a bit more so I can get some more turn in. That was absolutely horrible braking going to that turn. Yeah, and that shows that Celica is right on our rear. Oh, slight nudge there. Got the car just a little bit loose. Come on, we need to push. We need to push hard now. Coming about to the midway point of the race. We have the Saab right in front of us, as well as the O37. 3 red cars battling for second place. Oh, you compromised your line there, buddy. I wasn't nearly as close, but you compromised your line to try to go on a defensive route. That did slow you down just a little bit. And while the Saab does have a very high performance turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine under the hood, that is going to slow down its lap time just a bit. That is going to allow us to potentially catch back up with the Saab. Come on, use all of the track, even some of the curbing. There we go, much faster through this corner. I basically kind of want to almost be at like half throttle as we're going through some of the longer corners. Come on, there we go. Okay, I'm starting to figure out this car a bit more. And it's showing in the times. Come on, we're right up there with the Saab. Are they gonna run a defensive line? They are. Come on. Get up right behind them on corner exit. Oh, run just a little bit wide. I just want to slow us down just a tad. Nothing major. We have a few more chances to really get a good run going at them. Oh boy, come on. Slide off course excursion. We're really kind of pushing the vehicle a little bit. Getting a little bit greedy with the throttle and corner exit, which is slowing us down a little bit. Actually. So we need to kind of calm ourselves down. We have 2 more laps to really get a good push on the Saab and the 037. Thankfully the 037 is running a killer defense, which one is slowing it down and is also slowing the Saab down. The downside is it's also backing us up a little bit too, because we're trying to make a good overtaking attack. So right now we basically have a 4-way battle for second place. Oh gosh. Alright, that was a pretty hefty off-course excursion. That one may be worth a Clown Isaac. Next race. Come on. We're right there with the Saab. It's pulling away just a little bit with the power. Oh man, this is a close battle. One right behind it. Here we go, here we go. Dive onto the end. Oh, okay, you're running a block. Running on the outside. I'm gonna go around the outside like 2 trailer park girls. Another off-course excursion. Okay, yeah, this is definitely Clown Isaac time after this. Oh, man. Ah, that's bad. That's bad. Trying to get a little bit too aggressive there. Oh boy. Come on. Come on. It's right there. It is a 4-way battle for a second all the way through pretty much the entire race. Very, very tight racing. I think we may just be able to hold off 5th place. Wow, that's... Even if there wasn't a whole lot of overtakes themselves, very, very... Oh gosh. Very, very fun. Not good. Alright, late apex. Carry the speed. Oh, yeah, that one, that's worthy of a Clown Isaac. That's worthy of a Clown Isaac. Let's get that on there. And the nose. Rough. Settings, here we go. Distance to avatar, there we go. Height settings. Rough, very rough. Still, that was a very, very solid. Like even if it was a pretty bad loss, like it was still a very enjoyable loss. It's still 4th place is still a points playing position, and we can potentially win the Rally 037. All right, there we go. We did win the Rally 037, which is nice. Beautiful, beautiful Group B, Street Legal Group B variant of a car. Really cool. Yeah, we had a lot of off-course excursions, a lot of collisions with the opponents. So that is definitely Clown Isaac. So a little bit of a story. So I was heading to work this morning, and I get into my car, and I totally forgot how to fasten my seatbelt. Like I'm pulling it, I'm trying to get it in and everything, and it's just like it's not really working. I'm like it keeps coming back. I'm like shoot, oh I forgot to do this. I forgot to do this, and I keep yanking on it, and nothing. It's not working. And then eventually, I'm panicking, but then I kind of calm myself down. I'm thinking, and I try it one more time, and it just clicked. I apologize. That one's bad. That one is dreadful. Alright, let's stiffen up the rears just a little bit more. Yeah, the jokes don't get any better than that. We got a front-wheel drive limited race here. Any vehicles we can win? No, but we get some decent points. What else we got? Japanese car limited race. Oof. We do have the legacy here. We can try to win the legacy. We also have a race in the Nürburgring, which could allow us to win the Sylvia. We haven't raced on the Nürburgring yet. Let's race on the Nürburgring. The Nordschleife. Over 140 corners. Over 12 miles long. Very, very long course. Very fun course to race the cars on. Very, very fun. Oof. Oh no, like I said, I have prepared. I have a massive list of different automotive puns for each time Clown Isaac needs to come out. I'm hoping we can go do a good lap around in Nordschleife without any major collisions, any major off-course excursions, any spins. I have set the car so it's a little bit more slidey, which should help a bit with the front-wheel drive tendency to understeer. Also, Ripcord, have you had the double down, the KFC double down yet? They just recently brought it back. I actually, a couple coworkers and we managed to get some of that for work today, sort of to kind of celebrate one of the projects kind of reaching its closing stage, which is really, really cool, really enjoyable. Honestly, didn't know about it. Yeah, basically, if you're not familiar with the KFC Double Down, and don't worry, this isn't a sponsored segment. This is just literally something I had today. I want anybody to have to try it. It's literally a bacon, cheese, and sauce sandwich, but instead of bread, right? It's 2 fried chicken breasts, which is super, super unhealthy, but it tastes so good. Like, that was probably one of the few, like, pretty good fast food. Yeah, slight off course there, that's not bad. One of the few half-decent fast food meals I've had in a very long time. One of the few fast food meals in general I've had in a long time as well. Actually enjoyable. But it kind of took me back a bit to like the college times, where you kind of just chilling right at the finals week and everything. It's like sort of the day after finals, so it's just a really kind of the decompression time where you're with all your roommates and everything, and it's very, very relaxing. But it was a lot of fun, which is good because right now one of the servers kind of went down as well, so we couldn't get started on a new project either. And those college was a lot of fun. I mean, there was a lot of difficulty in college and everything, but it was still a lot of fun as well. I'm sure a lot of people kind of agree with that. Oh boy, there we go. Little slidey on the braking, but otherwise this car is actually handling really, really well. There we go, nice and smooth. Oh, I remember the license test, the final license test in Gran Turismo 4 on this track. How many hours it took me to eventually beat this as well, get the goal time on that. I am terrified of trying to redo that on stream, 'cause I don't think I have it in me to be able to get the goal time second time going through that, because it was basically balls to the wall as fast as you can go. Alright, slight off course excursion there, not a whole lot of time lost. That's not horrific. We did lose a little bit of time, and we do have a Civic Type R behind us. But oh my gosh, it took so many hours, and basically you had to go like full tilt through the entire Nordschleife, and it was so difficult because the track itself is bumpy, the track it's narrow, and you have a lot of very tricky corners as well that really catch you out if you try to push just too hard. Very, 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 very difficult. And as you're seeing here, even in a slower street car, the Celica, it's difficult to run a very clean lap through here. It's very difficult. Oh man, but this Celica is actually handling quite nice. It's performing very good. I should definitely tune in a bit more towards acceleration because sixth gear we're actually bogging down a bit in. So I should definitely adjust it a bit more towards acceleration because right now like it is definitely getting a little bit sluggish in sixth gear. So definitely after this race, tune the vehicle for more acceleration. That should definitely help as well with some of the tighter courses. I will be shifting more, but shifting in this car is fairly quick, even with the clutch, even with needing to use the clutch for this car. So yeah. Alright, one of my favorite corners in the Nordschleife, the carousel. It's a very, very tight left-hand bank turn. Very, very enjoyable to get right. Very fun. The Nordschleife in general, I can't believe that they used to race F1 here up until even the 70s when they were putting, you know, wings and downforce generating devices on the cars. Like how terrifying would that have to be a racing driver during especially during the 70s when, you know, safety wasn't nearly as good as it is now. And, you know, racing your vehicle at like full tilt through the twists, turns, and bumps of this course. Like that is terrifying. Like even now, people are saying that GT3 cars might be getting too fast for this course. But at a time, Formula 1 cars were racing on this track. Definitely not for the fan of car. Yeah, I know. It basically took Niki Lauda getting, you know, almost basically cremated alive to get them to finally stop racing on the full Nordschleife circuit, or full Nürburgring circuit. So they even use some of the, before they rework the GP section of the course, they use like the full course. So it was even longer than the 12 point something miles. So it was like 13 or 14 miles for the full Nürburgring course back when they were racing Formula 1 on the full course, which is super cool. Mr. Clown, it's great to see you. Good to see you as well. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the stream. I did have a fairly rough race the previous time, so now I'm a clown. I have an automotive pun. Hang on a second. Oh yeah, I got one. You know, if I had a DeLorean, I'd probably only be able to drive it from time to time. Okay. What is birthday? It's your birthday? Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Argulus. Is it a heart? Oh no, it's. Oh, what is my birthday? Oh, I'm sorry. My birthday is well, it's in November. Yeah, it's in late November. So my birthday is coming fast, so it'll be a little before my next one. But seeing as I'm already you know in my mid-20s, I'm not necessarily looking forward to any more birthdays anytime soon. Just kind of enjoying life as it happens. No rush. Definitely, and I definitely recommend to you as well. Just enjoy the time you have now. Enjoy your age currently as well, because you're getting old. Even in your 20s, getting old is very noticeable. Like There was one team. There was one team in Tokyo Extreme Racer 3. There's a team that's basically comprised of people that are older than 30 years old. And they have like a doctor on the team that basically is constantly checking like the health of all the members and checking their eyesight. And I used to think, wow, that's silly. They're only 30 years old. That's not that old. Why do they need to check their eyesight and everything? And it turns out, just recently, my eyesight is actually starting to go just a little bit bad myself. So I'm going to an eye doctor's. I'm going to the eye doctor's tomorrow morning. I may or may not need glasses in the near future. So yeah. I used to think that was, you know, like a joke, like, oh yeah, it's old man gonna need reading glasses. Yeah, pretty soon I'm gonna be yelling at kids to stay off my lawn. Oh gosh. I feel old. Alright, there we go. I can uncloud myself back to regular Isaac. Oh, but I mean, I've kind of I have to go to sleep tomorrow, Friday at school. Hope you have a great day at school. Make sure you rest well. Make sure you study hard as well. Pay attention to your classes. Best of luck if you have any tests and projects as well. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I'm gonna need. I very much may need glasses in the near future. Because I noticed I used to be able to read the license plates from like the opposite side of the road. So basically, if you picture like my front window of like a house, I have, you know, yard, moderate townhouse size yard, parking lots, and I can see it's basically cars that are facing us, and then basically like a road, and then cars that are on the other side as well. They live on a court. And I used to be able to see and clearly read the license plates of the vehicles on the other side of the road, on the other side of the court. But now when I'm standing like in my front window, I can't do that anymore. And it kind of took me by surprise, because otherwise I didn't really notice anything until someone pointed out like, oh, you can't read that. No, I can't actually. Whoops. So yeah, it took me by a bit of a surprise when that happened. So now tomorrow I have an eye doctor's appointment set up, and I may need some glasses. We got another regular race, and then probably, oh gosh, we're going back here. One more pack. There we go. Yeah, it's old age. Oh wait, I wanted to adjust the gear ratios. Forgot about that. Settings. I want to set this car more towards acceleration. There we go. Beautiful. Because it's got the 6-speed transmission. Granted, the 6th gear in regular street driving is probably more so for highway cruising and just saving fuel and everything. Japanese car limited race, Super Circuit Challenge. Let's see what we have here, what we're up against. Alright, full grid of vehicles we already have. Japanese car limited race. Full grid of vehicles we already have. Low-end steering. The Nissan Seema. We unlocked that the previous stream, but because I totally forgot to save after the previous stream was over, I did lose a bit of data. So we need to re-unlock that one. And we will need to eventually redrive the Audi as well. And the Nissan Skyline. Well, that's fine. Both of them are fun cars to drive. And I'll try to put them shaking my head. I know that was a lapse of judgment on my part. One of the few times I did forget to save, because this game does not have auto save. Ooh, there's the MR2. Slip through both the opponents there. There we go. Low-end steering is such a fun course to drive. You have so many fun corners. Plus the track itself. I love the fact that the track looks like a kitty cat. The fact that the cat looks like a kitty cat is super adorable. Like right now we're on the ears. We're on the ears of the kitty cat. We're scratching the ears of the kitty cat. Very tight hairpin turns back and forth. Now we're eventually kind of going to the torso on the torso of the cat, and to the front paws and back paws. Under the Dunlop Bridge, there we go. Light braking into the S's. Long 90-degree left-hand turn, long 90-degree right-hand turn, long 90-degree left-hand turn. Very nice, very nice. Alright, heavy braking into the hairpin. Get the car nice and smooth as we slowly apply more throttle. Now we're eventually going onto the belly of the kitty cat, where there is the forbidden scritches. Whenever a cat rolls onto its back, you know, at one hand it's absolutely adorable because you're like, oh my gosh, super cute. I want to give you belly rubs, but it's a trap. It's a very, very dangerous trap, because then the kitty cat will, you know, try to scratch you and everything. It's a trap, exactly. So when a cat rolls onto its back, it's actually a good idea to kind of pet its head, or pet under its chin, or somewhere around there, because it kind of shows sort of like a respect between the owner and the cat and everything. Very, very nice. And the cat would definitely appreciate that. Unless it's one of the I have met one or two cats that actually really enjoy and actively want and try to get belly rubs though. My cat is not one of them, but I have other cats that have done that, and they don't attempt to scratch. Like, they will actually like attempt to like lay on their back on you and like actually get you to give them belly rubs, and they like enjoy that, which is weird, but that's fine too. That's not a universal rule, but it's a general, a fairly common generalization that most of the time rings true. All right, come on, going up the backwards Radion. Cats are weird. Cats are very weird. Oh, I really... If I had a more mundane superpower, it would be being able to talk to animals. Because I definitely want to see kind of what they're thinking, you know, what their thought processes are, you know, just how, you know, what they, you know, what their, you know, internal processing is like, how they see the world and everything. Cause that would be super cool. Like that would definitely be a really fun sort of mundane superpower. What about you guys, chat? What is a more sort of mundane superpower that you would really enjoy having, that would like make your daily life a lot easier, make your daily life more enjoyable? I'm definitely interested to hear that as well. Because there was a lot of, especially if you can be creative with the powers as well. Like it's really you can have a lot of fun with that. Like for example, it's why some of the cantrips in D&D, some of the utility cantrips are actually really fun and really useful, because those ones are usually more open to interpretation. Like prestidigitation is a really fun cantrip, because you basically can use it for like, you know, social events. You can make things taste like other stuff, so you can, you know, so, especially if, you know, you multi-class in a sorcerer or take, you know, sorcery points and subtle spell, you can subtly make, you know, the noble's dinner taste absolutely horrible, so you can get the chef that wronged you fired or something like that. You know, it's not like if you're really creative, you can really you can do a lot of fun stuff with some of the cantrips as well, which is sort of like low tier, more mundane, like superpowers and everything. Yeah, I'm not talking about, you know, calling lightning from your fingertips, or, you know, being able to teleport, like the more, you know, psychic style superpowers that would, you know, be very enjoyable to have. So definitely for me, talking with animals would be a really fun, sort of more mundane superpower. Definitely be cool. Because then as well, I get to actually, you know, talk to my kitty cat, and the kitty cat understands me, and I understand the kitty cat, which would be super fun. Because there's sometimes where the cat, she'll just stare at something. I'm like, okay, what is it? And then she'll go running off after the wall, and I'm like, okay, do you hear something? Is there something in the walls? Are you just like hallucinating? Are you just like making up prey to kind of fake hunt? You know, it's all of that stuff. So I'm like, what is it? What is it? Tell me. Let me know. Well, there'll be sometimes when she kind of like she'll come into the room and like stare and meow at you and then leave. And you go to follow her and then she just kind of wanders around like she isn't actually leading you anywhere. Honestly, I don't know if that's simple mundane power, but to be honest, having the prestidigitation would be nice. Make dishes and all so much cleaner. Exactly. You don't need to actually do this. You just snap your fingers, prestidigitation of them all clean. Get all the food and everything. Your dishes are, you know, fully pristine. Your clothes are always super pristine. Like that would be like that in itself is like a nice, like good utility, good mundane superpower in of itself. Same with the mending cantrip. Like that one would be really fun to have as well. Any tears in like, you know, your upholstery in your vehicle or in your clothing or anything like that. Just nope, mending. All your clothes are basically as good as they were brand new. Like that would be super nice. You have a nice comfortable sweater. It's just like you just bought it. Very enjoyable. I think that would be very fun as well. Alright, we're really rapidly increasing the performance of the Celica as well. We're doing a good job here. Alright, let's enter a more mundane race. We've got the Novice Challenge here. We have a Honda Fit we can win there. Let's see what else. We've got the Novice Challenge here. Alright, we've already unlocked the Miata. Novice Challenge with the, at Marco Strada. Unlocked all those vehicles there. And I believe we've unlocked all the vehicles there. Alright, Sunday race. See if there's anything new here. Nope. Wow. Really not a whole lot of good races this time around. Nothing really that is catching our eye. Toyota Cup maybe? We can win the 2000 GT. We haven't won the 2000 GT yet. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. One second. Sorry, I drank water and it went down the wrong way. Alright, here we go. Got the nice fictional San Franciscan city street circuit. A lot of Toyotas racing through here. Oh gosh, we're kind of pinned in. We're kind of boxed in here a little bit. So let's go around the outside. The walls rapidly approach. So we do need to be a bit careful. We do need to be a bit careful going through here. No major collisions with the walls. Want to try to avoid Clown Isaac as much as possible. We have another car just to our left, I believe. Nope. Okay, we managed to clear them. Good. Now we just need to pass the Toyota Soarer. The Toyota Soarer is basically a Toyota it's got the heart of an heart of a Toyota Supra in a luxury body. It's got the turbocharged 2JZ engine was one of the options, and as we're right behind it, you can hear the straight six engine as well. It sounds amazing, but thankfully we are more nimble than it, a bit lighter weight, shorter wheelbase, so we should be able to do well on the tighter, twistier bits. But that super engine, that 2JZ, is a very powerful engine. Absolutely massive amounts of power. And when that gets tuned in game, oh my gosh, the blow off valve sounds amazing. And it goes very quick as well. That car responds very well to tuning levels, to the point where it definitely once it's in a higher tuning level, it really punches well above what the odds say it does. And it starts out already as a very quick car too, but it just goes even faster, which is cool. How like different vehicles, as they get the tuning level increased, they do increase. The amount of power that they increases is a bit different for each. Is different for each vehicle as well, which is nice. We're up into the lead though, very clean. managing to keep the racing nice and clean for the most part as well. Alright, little tippy tap of the brake, trail brake just a little bit in the corners, get the car turned in just a tad. Alright, let's keep the speed up through the uphill section. If the car doesn't have a lot of power, it will be absolutely murdered on this section because the hills themselves are very, very steep. It is definitely a part where higher powered vehicles do have a major advantage. So you do need to be a bit careful as you're going through that section. You do need to make sure you carry a lot of speed through the corner beforehand, especially if you're in a slower but better handling vehicle. It really helps out a lot with your lap time. So that sort of corner number 2 of the track is sort of a very key corner, as well as the chicane, the bus stop chicane, before the finish line. Ooh, that's kind of iffy. What do you think, Ripcord? Do you think that's worthy of Clown Isaac? Do you think that one's a little bit iffy? Should that count for Clown Isaac? That was a little bit of a heavier tap. That was a little bit iffy. Our car probably, I mean, it wasn't that bad. You just don't want to hear any more automotive puns. Isn't that the case? You just don't want to hear any more automotive puns. He's like, no, please, no more. I yield. No. Okay, we won't do Clown Isaac for that. That one was a more minor tap on the wall. I have heard you, please. If it was another tap like that, though, dodge a bullet. Yeah, you dodged a rainbow-haired bullet there. Oops. Alright, let's see if we're able to win the 2000 GT. The 2000 GT is a beautiful car. Very, very nice. Bruh, we didn't. Okay. We still have not won the 2000 GT. That's unfortunate. Bruh. Oh, at least the Celica is extra lightweight now. Very, very nice. Our ranking. I just realized that our ranking was the very nice number as well. I didn't notice until it was no longer the very nice number. But that's fine. Alright, we're gonna have to, let's see what other events we got. The front wheel drive limited race. Anything here? Civic Type R, Cordial R, Alpha, GTV. This could actually be a very, very close race, with all the vehicles having very similar odds. Let's do that. This could be actually really, really fun on the Titan Tentacle Tsukuba circuit as well. This could lead to some really, really close battles all the way through. Let's do it. Let's do it. Two, one, let's go. Come on. Give me some speed, give me some handling. Easy. Gotta be easy going around the first corner. I do like, as you kind of learn the car as well, the car gets faster, and also, see, lap times rapidly increase, as not only do you learn the vehicle and learn sort of the strengths and weaknesses of it, but also the car itself gets more tuned as well, which kind of covers some of the weaknesses, which is really nice. So you can really, the lap time around Tsukuba with a vehicle that you're not as familiar with and is a level 1 car will be much lower compared to a car that you're very, very familiar with in a level 10 car. So as you get to kind of see yourself gradually improve with the vehicle, which is super cool. It's like man and machine growing together. Although that Civic behind us is very close. We're gonna have to do some late braking. A little bit too late braking there. Alright, we lost a bit of time there. We went a little bit wide. Let's make sure we get that position back. Or understeer off course. Really? That was a pretty bad off course excursion. We're kind of beginning to get mired in the mid pack. We're kind of beginning to overdrive the car just a little bit, trying to catch back up to the Civic Type R. Come on. We got this. We've got this. We've got this. Give us some speed. Give us some handling. Watch. I'm gonna say, yeah, your lap times will rapidly increase, and I'm just gonna drive so horribly that not only is Clown Isaac gonna need to come out for the next race, but also my times won't be anywhere faster than the 1:13. Okay, never mind. Even in a much slower lap, like a much more dirty lap there, we managed to beat the 1:13 barrier. So it shows just the fact that the tuning, the vehicle levels do indeed actually matter in terms of vehicle performance. That I was able to drive worse and still get a faster lap time than previously. Alright, come on, we need to gain a little bit of time. That Civic Type R in front of us is very quick. And we need to really push speedy. And let's see if we can get into the 110s. We lost a little bit of time going off course on those two sections and being a little bit greedy on the throttle. So let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, 111s. That's a bit better. Slowly get back on the throttle. It's all about being smooth in these front-wheel drive cars. It's all about throttle control. And while, yeah, we're not going to have a close battle with that Civic in front, we should get a good, solid second place finish. We do have another Civic Type R behind us, so the slower Civic Type R, the EK9 chassis Civic Type R, which still looks beautiful even today. Yeah, we're gonna go down to second gear. Keep the speed. There we go. Alright, we're gonna have 2 laps to go once we round this final corner. And yeah, that Civic Type R is rapidly pulling away. I think that Civic is definitely punching a little bit above its weight class. But that doesn't mean we can give up. We still need to push. Alright, another 111. At least we're running consistent times. Nice and easy through here. Gotta actually get back on the throttle. Tsukuba is a course that really tests your patience as you're going around it. Pretty much all of the corners are later apex than you think they are, and you definitely want to get on the throttle much later as well in order to get a fast time. Doubly so in a front-wheel drive car. You really want to be smooth and patient here. That is a key. That is a key to a good laps, because it's a course that's very easy to learn. Like the lap times itself, right around the minute 20 mark. But it's a very difficult course to actually master. It's easy to run clean laps around the track because it's flat. There isn't really any, secrets to it. What you see is what you get. But being able to kind of understand your vehicle and the track's characteristics enough to really kind of get the most out of your vehicle on the track does require quite a bit of practice, which makes it a really good training track as well. Oh gosh, yeah, okay. Clown Isaac's coming out. That was dreadful driving. We might even lose third now. Come on. Nice and easy. Heck. We tried to brake just a little bit too late. The EK9 Civic was right on our tail, and I tried to brake a bit later, gain a little bit of time going into the corners because they were gradually catching us up. And yeah, super late braking doesn't necessarily work on Tsukuba. Oh boy. Oh gosh, third is not a great spot for us to finish in. It's an okay spot. It's a solid podium against some fairly tough opponents. But yeah, alright. Clown Isaac is indeed go. Once we get to the menus and everything, I want to see just how bad we lost our ranking points and everything, because that was a fairly even matchup as well. At least the car got leveled up, which is good. It's very, very good. Nice, we got some extra grippy boys. Get some more ranking points. That's gonna be... I don't know, our rankings actually increased. GG, nice. Alright. Let's get this one. Let's get the big clown wig. Hey there. Oop. Settings, distance, avatar. There we go. And then the nose. Right around there. Yes. Beautiful. Truly peak content. Alright, I got another one. Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors? Because if they had 4 doors, they'd be chicken sedans. Horrific automotive puns. Truly one of the puns of all time. I have dozens of them. I have a decent amount of them. Alright, let's see what other options we have. Let's do the Japanese car limited race on Autumn Hill. I like racing at Autumn Hill. We're at a little bit of a disadvantage because we're up against freaking NSX. Come on, they're not nearly that horrible. Puns are fun. It's one of those things. It's like a really cheesy horror movie that's so bad it becomes a comedy. My puns are so bad it becomes a horror movie. It's funny how comedy and horror are basically inverses of each other. So if you do things so cheesy and so poorly, it becomes the other. Like really, really bad comedy, like Cocaine Bear or Sharknado. Like those are classified as horror movies, but in reality they're actually just really, really violent comedies. And shows like Velma or the Amy Schumer, anything by Amy Schumer, those aren't comedies. I mean, those are very, very poor comedies. So it turns out that they're actually horror films. That's how the world works, you know? I have cracked the code. Do you want to make a really, really good comedy? Make a really, really bad horror movie. You want to make a really, really good horror movie? Make a really, really bad comedy. So that means you can hire really poor writers, and you just sort of lie to them, tell them they're making actually something else, and you market it as the opposite. I am Big Brain Isaac. This wig is not just a wig. It is an extension of my brain. Look at all those wrinkles. I am so SMRT. Big brain. We're actually doing half decently on this track as well. To be fair, Autumn Hill is a very nice don't want to say easy track. It's got a few corners that kind of trip you up if you're not careful. But it's a very fun, very rapid track. But if you can run in the 49s, you know you're going very quick. The wig is running, adding brains. So how's that possible? Well, you see, I have a plug. On the back of my head. And you know how you you insert extra RAM into the slots on your computer. You insert extra, like another hard drive. Or, you insert like a second graphics card on your PC, like your motherboard has all those slots. My head has a bunch of those slots too. And the wig basically plugs into those slots. And it adds a lot more brain power. It's another CPU. So now I can do 5,000 calculations at once and they are all wrong. That's better than doing 100 calculations at once and them all being wrong. That's how it works. Big brain Isaac. Big brain DLC. Sold separately for $5.99. What a deal. Actually, that's $5.99 is a very, very cheap processor. If you're talking about if this was like a GPU, it'd be multiple thousands of dollars. Like when I built my PC last little over a year ago now. Oh my gosh, it's been over a year since I built my first PC. I picked like the worst time to do it as well because it was right when graphics cards and everything were at their most expensive. But I'm like, I really want to get into PC gaming. I was dumb. I was smooth brain and small brain Isaac. But oh well, it's worth it now. I get to have fun. I get to play PC games. I get to do emulation. I get to stream. Oh dear. We saved it. We saved it. We're good. We are perfect. So if we can keep this up with no major collisions, no major off courses, we might be able to go back to regular Isaac, non-clown Isaac. Have you seen Wrongfully Accused featuring Leslie Nielsen? I have not. What is that about? Wrongfully Accused. I'll fully level with you. I don't watch a whole lot of like TV. Most of my entertainment is basically watching motorsports and other car-related stuff on the YouTubes, or watching other VTubers on like Twitch or YouTube as well. Or I myself am the entertainment, wearing a clown wig as a VTuber for people to watch and laugh at and have fun with. But I've not seen Wrongfully Accused. What is that about? And we're actually beating the NSX as well. Surprisingly, NSX is still 3 seconds behind us. This little itty bitty Toyota Celica is mopping the floor with basically one of the premier Japanese supercars of the 90s and early 2000s. That is absolutely mind-boggling. It really tickles your almonds. Wait, what's the phrase? Activate your almonds? Yeah, activate your almonds. It's a comedy movie. Oh, cool. I'll have to take a look at that. I'll have to see if I can't like rent it or watch it on like maybe Netflix or something like that. But I'll have to check it out. Thank you for letting me know about that. Thank you for letting me know about that, Hunter. That being said, is it any good actually? Like, do you think it's funny? Or is it one of those comedy movies where it's so bad it's actually a horror movie? Either way, at that point, it might actually be enjoyable to watch because if you go into it thinking it's gonna be a bad comedy movie, you can kind of prepare yourself for like the absolute horror and cringe fest that it's gonna be. But if it's a good comedy movie, then you can prepare to kind of laugh your butt off, and it could be a fun comedy romp. Let me look that up after this race. Ooh, finish. Good job, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac. Clear all props. There we go. Right, let's pull that up. Leslie Nielsen. Ah, that's on the display capture. That's a 19. Answer from concert violinist Ryan Harrison is arrested as the main suspect. Oh, because an art patron convicted of crime, used on the bus that was taken to prison. He managed to escape after a traffic accident. Ryan Harrison tries to clear his name by seeking out the real killer with the police led by. That actually sounds like it's on YouTube for free movies on YouTube. Cool. I will have to watch that. I've seen a lot of other like Leslie Nielsen movies. But I've not actually seen. I don't think I've seen Wrongfully Accused. That's nice though. Thank you for letting me know about that. Very, very. Oh, we had one minor off course there, but otherwise, we did good there. We did very, very good. Yes, lots of points. Level me up. Beautiful. Yes, please. Level 10. Our car is now complete. Now we can get another vehicle. Our ranking is very, very nice. Very, very good. Only downside is now we're going to change the vehicle and our ranking is going to decrease again. But such is life. Alright, let's go to the sporty vehicles. Let's see what we've got here. We've got the Honda Beat, a lightweight Japanese K car, a Suzuki Cappuccino, another lightweight Japanese K car, and the MGB, an older MGB as well, because it's got the chrome bumpers instead of the plastic bumpers. This is probably from like the 60s. So now let's go to the random number generator. Let's get this open. And let's see. 2. Okay, the Suzuki Cappuccino. Nice. Let's get into the Cappuccino. The beautiful little, very tiny car. Super cute little. We have 2 colors. We have red and silver. We're gonna get into red. If we're gonna have a lightweight tiny sports car, we may as well enjoy it. I wish we had more K cars in the States. Like if we got more of them in the States, at least let us have the S660 Honda. The S660 is absolutely gorgeous, and we don't have that in the States. Honda, please. Alright, let's adjust this just a little bit. Camber. Increase the rear camber, get more rear negative camber as well. A little bit more close acceleration and a good rear differential, or semi-locking differential. That should be good for corner stability. Very, very nice. Alright, let's see what we have here now. We have a lot of races that we're gonna get absolutely bodied in. Really? 17.8. Okay, let's 6.0. We could potentially do well there. Let's see what the Japanese car limited race here in Autumn Hill is. We have a fighting chance there as well. And then we have the Autumn Mountain Challenge. Ooh, we can win the Range Rover. Let's do this one. We want to try to unlock the Range Rover and level up our Cappuccino a little bit as well, so we can really try to have some good races. Now this thing revs up super high as well, almost to 9,000 RPM for its red line. Really tiny car. Super cute as well. Not that fast though, but it is a little turbocharged inline 3-cylinder. And we are getting bodied by the AI a little bit. Oh, but this car is so lightweight that you can just chuck it around the corners. You can basically just, you know, barely even need a brake. It just carries speed around the corners so nicely. Doesn't have a whole lot of power though. It's only got like 63 horsepower. Come on, get into the slipstream of the Clio. Come on. Oh gosh, we're right on the outside of the top-heavy Range Rover on a tight right-hand turn. Alright, third gear it is. Let's make sure we keep this race nice and clean as well so we can level up our car quite quickly. Because the Cappuccino actually responds... Turbocharged cars in general in this game do respond very, very well to upgrades. Especially the power upgrades. They get a lot, much bigger power boost to upgrades than the naturally aspirated counterparts. At least it seems that way. Maybe it's just the effect of hearing the more aggressive turbos and blow-off valves in the more tuned turbocharged cars compared to the similar exhaust notes or more subtle changes to the exhaust notes in the naturally aspirated cars. So that could be a possibility. But this little Cappuccino, oh my gosh, it handles beautifully. Like I can just chuck it through these corners and it once more. It's so nice. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And I love my fall tracks as well. Really very, very pretty. I gotta keep it nice and smooth. Easy. Oh gosh. Easy, Isaac. There we go. One of the things that with the turbocharged engine is small is the turbo itself is a bit peaky. So you do have to watch your throttle a bit, especially going around corners. If you get too aggressive on the throttle, you do run the risk of breaking traction with just how lightweight the car is. But it is very, very, very nice to drive. I would love to have one of these imported to the States. Be very, very fun. Very enjoyable lightweight car to drive. Be great on gas. Be fun to kind of take out on the weekends and just kind of drive around some of the back roads and everything. Some of the twistier roads. Just enjoying life. Have the wind in your hair. Like, that'd be so cool. Love to have one of these. Downside is import fees and everything, and going through the paperwork of getting one imported to the States is super expensive. And I also don't have a good place to store a vehicle like this. As well, it is small. It is not that small. Like, it's not small enough to like fit in a shed or something like that, unless you remove everything else from the shed. But I want one of these so bad, or at least one of the sort of the ABC of the 90s Japanese K sports cars. And if you're not familiar with the ABC of them, the A is the AutoZam AZ1 or the Mazda AZ1. That's the really cool one that has the gull wing doors. The B is the Honda Beat. We've just seen that during a car selection screen. And the C is the Suzuki Cappuccino, which is also, you know, very lightweight, turbocharged, front engine rear-wheel drive sports car. It's basically a smaller, more adorable Miata, which everyone knows Miata is always the answer. So an even smaller, even lighter Miata is an even better answer. Very nice race. Very clean, actually. Very good. Oop. All right, let's see if we can't get this leveled up. Let's see if we can't unlock this Range Rover finally. Or not. Okay, that's fine. That'll just be one vehicle that's sort of out of reach for a little bit longer. Same with the Toyota 2000 GT. All right, got it a little bit later. The little lightweight car gets even later. All right, we need to do a little bit better. We need to enter a harder race, and we need to win that harder race. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. We have a Japanese color. Oh, we already raced on Auto Mountain recently, though. So we'll have to see. Pacific Challenge. Let's try this. This is a track that sort of benefits higher powered cars, which the Beat is not. But we can definitely. Ooh, that's gonna be a tricky one as well. That's gonna be a very, very tricky one. What do we have here? Lightweight 2-seater meeting. Yeah, no, that's gonna be very tricky. Sure, let's try this one. Tsukuba Circuit reverse. You don't actually get to race on Tsukuba Circuit backwards in real life, but it's still very, very nice. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Here we go. Alright, good launch. Very, very good launch. Very nice. We've got this. Maybe. As everyone else is immediately just passing us by. Alright, we'll have to make up some time on the twisty bits. Use the nimbleness of the little Honda Beat, of the Suzuki Cappuccino to our advantage. Come on. Maybe. Oh gosh. Easy. Very, very easy. Come on. Let's make sure we keep the speed going. Try to maybe get back up with first. Hopefully. It's gonna be a tough race, this one. And that's one of the downsides, though, of going from a much faster vehicle to a much slower vehicle. Is it does take the game a little bit to kind of readjust what vehicles you're going to be going up against. As it does kind of still kind of think you're in a faster vehicle. Right. Now we're turning left right now. Come on, give us some speed. Oh man, they're going past us. Thankfully, with a lightweight vehicle, we can brake fairly late into the corners and kind of chuck a car through them fairly nice. But, oh man, we have a massive pack of vehicles behind us. We're even being challenged for position by Hyundai Tiburon. Granted, it is the V6 version of the car. But still, we were being challenged by a Hyundai Tiburon, which is when Hyundai wasn't necessarily making a whole lot of actually sporty vehicles. It was more a kind of sporty-ish. The car itself wasn't all that great. That's okay. So I just say I'm gonna be having a bed, super tired, got a busy tomorrow, but have a good day, message. Thanks for stopping by, Ripcord. Good to see you. Hope you have a great day tomorrow as well. Until then, take care. Alright, we lost the position there. Easy, easy, easy. Thanks. Oh man, that Accord Type or Accord Euro R absolutely blew us away there. Alright, we need to go just a little bit faster. Nice and easy through here. Oh dear. Alright, slide off course, that's not bad. I don't think that's bad enough for Clown Isaac. Alright, here we go. Nice and easy through here. Nice and good. I got one more lap. We should probably do fairly well here. Should do fairly well. Just gotta make sure we don't lose any more positions on the long straight, heading down into the tight hairpin turn. Very, very nice. Keep the car nice and balanced. It's one thing I like about the little lightweight Japanese K sports cars is because they don't really have a whole lot of power. They're just pure momentum-based cars. So you can really kind of focus entirely on racecraft and just getting very smooth lines through the corners. Very nice, very enjoyable, I think. Alright, come on. We've got this. Alright, hard on the brakes. Final straight, here we go. Nice and easy. Coming to the line. Perfect. Nice. Very, very nice. Alright, let's see if we're able to level up our vehicle just a little bit more. Might do 1 or 2 more races after this, and then probably call the end of the stream because it is almost 11:30. So we should probably be a good idea to, you know, kind of get some rest as well. I do have to get up very, very early. There we go. Very, very nice. Car is leveled up some more. The little Suzuki Cappuccino. Get some grippy tires on there. Our ranking points have definitely tanked a bit. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, let's go for another race. Let's go for another race. We do have an empty slot, so we can try to push for a more difficult race in the harder rankings. Especially because, oh my gosh, it seems like no matter what, we are up against like absolutely brutal machines on the rank 1 style races. So I'm hoping with the low end steering, with the ability to kind of really abuse the fact that the AI slows down a lot in the high commitment bank turns, we can get a half decent race here. Maybe we may have a shot, but even then, oh boy, we are immediately being passed on all sides by all the faster vehicles. This car is not fast in a straight line. It is quite sluggish. It doesn't have a whole lot of power, but it is very lightweight, very agile. Oh my gosh! But we're going full speed, full tilt, and we are still way behind the rest of the opponents. That's not good. That is most certainly not good. I was kind of hoping they would have more vehicles around our performance level as we're going through this. But as of right now, that doesn't seem to be the case. We're just gonna really have to push for a 4th place finish. Try to get on the inside of the Saab. Maybe. There we go. That's a good pass. Good solid pass, but then we're gonna lose a little bit of time going over and under the Dunlop Bridge. Alright, into the S-curves. into the S's, the right left S's. Alright, here we go. And they are going very, very quick, very fast. We are struggling to keep up. We are struggling immensely. Come on. Come on, you little cappuccino. Give us a little more pep in our step. Give us a little bit more speed. Give me a double shot of that espresso. Please, something. Because this car is not. We are drowning in the back of the pack. We need to go a little bit faster. And I am pushing this car as hard as it'll go as well. Like, I am trying to yeet it through the corners. Trying to carry as much speed as possible. And while in the tighter corners, I am able to gain a lot of time on the AI. It's on the straights that I'm really kind of falling back behind. Oh, okay. That just happened. Fun. Something completely broke there for a second. And now my audio, it sounds like it may be delayed. Oh, fun. Okay. I think it's just gonna be on my end, on the monitoring side. So I'm looking on on the other side, on the end user side, what you guys are hearing, and it should be normal. It's just on my side that it should be delayed. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get points on this one. We are way behind. We are so far behind. Come on. Give me some push. I'll have to try to catch up with that 037 through the twisty bits. Heavy late braking. I need to completely outdrive our vehicle. Easy. Come on. And these odds are not in our favor. But we need to be able to get some more points so we can keep our ranking high. The vehicle itself isn't currently fast enough for that. And the opponents we're racing against are way too fast for us. I'm hoping we can at least get fourth and get some points out of this. But it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be very tricky. Alright, super late braking into the hairpin. Come on. Alright, we're going through a much, with some trickier corner complexes coming up. So we should be able to catch back up with the 037 after this straight. So we do have a fairly high cornering speed. Partially due to the suspension setup. Partially due to the fact that this vehicle itself is so lightweight, so I don't have to worry about braking too much. It just pulls away so much on the straights. That's gonna make it a little bit tricky. Come on. Give us a little bit of speed. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Alright, this will be the main point. That we're able to really get a lot of ground on the 037 as these tighter corners here. The double left-hander into the cat's tail. Oh, but it's gonna pull away on the longer corner. Oh, come on, we're fighting for the final points paying position. We are losing that fight, but we got this. Big push to the finish, please. Over the crest. Oh gosh, they gained so much speed on that downhill. Yeah, I think we've lost this. That's unfortunate, but that's fine. We'll still be able to level up our vehicle, which is fine. Which is perfectly okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh well. Still an enjoyable race. Good fun driving. Very, very good fun driving the little Suzuki Cappuccino. Super cute car. Very, very nice. Alright, let's see if it does give us some easier opponents next race. And it's not like, you know, all the races are like 17.1 or 11.1 or, you know, odds like that. We actually have a semi-fighting chance. Right? One can hope, right? But we'll see if the game kind of corrects a little bit there. Or if it'll decide that our vehicle is, Japanese car limited race. Oh. That's gonna be a little bit tricky. What's this? Tsukuba. What are we up against here? Golf, Thunderbird. Let's do a race. Let's do a race on Autumn Mountain. We should have a decent fighting chance against some of these cars. One can hope. It's a tighter, twistier circuit. Should be beneficial to our Pacino. Should help us get some. Should help us get some points. Even if we finish 4th, we should have a decent amount of points, I think. Maybe. Okay, we are immediately being passed by everyone. That's fine. We can fight. We can fight for position through the corners. Either this race, no, this will be the semi-final race. The next race will be the final race. I do want to see if it does give us some easier events if we're able to win this, maybe. With a few races against some of the faster AI, if it gives us some slower races as well. Okay. Come on. Nice and easy. Alright, you're going on a defensive line. I'm gonna go on an attacking line through the corner. There we go. We can't pass them on the straights, we'll outmaneuver them in the corners. Up into 3rd, past the S13 Sylvia K's. Very nice. We do have 2 very, very fast cars right in front of us, though. And we're going to have a fairly long straight coming up. So that we may lose a little bit of time through there. But you can hear a little bit on the exhaust note and everything. You can hear the change in turbo. The turbo being a bit different. More aggressive blow-off valve, more, you can hear the turbo pressure as well building up. Very, very cool. So the car is a bit faster in a straight line now. Does make quite a bit more power. And the level 10 version of this car is actually fairly quick. You can definitely punch above its weight class a decent amount. Though even then, its weight class is still the featherweight class. It can't go up against some major heavyweights like the GTR or anything like that. But it can definitely go up against cars much faster, much more powerful. To be fair, even now we are holding a Subaru. Is that a Subaru? It's hard to tell in the rear view. It's very hard to tell. Partially because I'm playing on software mode, because hardware mode of this game gives us the black lines across. It gives us a little bit of a graphical glitch. And also because my vision probably isn't the best. I probably should be getting glasses soon. Oh well. Come on, give us some speed around the corners. Car is very stable, very, very nice, very enjoyable to drive. For being such a lightweight, tiny car as well, very, very nice. Oh boy, there goes the Super, there's the Legacy. A little bit of a nudge. Oh, big slide through the corners. That's gonna cost us a little bit of time, but nothing major. Let's try to get that place back through the corners. Try to outmaneuver the Legacy, especially through the second sector of the course, where it's a lot of lefts and rights. Alright, here comes the second sector. Come on. We've got this, we've got this. You can definitely see them slowing down a bit. We can make a good overtake through one of these corners that we might have a good shot at winning. Or at least, you know, coming in third. Getting a good podium position. Instead, as opposed to just a points paying position. There we go. Beating the AI in a much slower vehicle. We're in a little tiny Suzuki Cappuccino. 60 some horsepower. Against the Legacy with 280. They definitely have much more power than us, but we are still fighting. Come on. We'll have to see the odds numbers at the end of this, seeing sort of roughly how well we did compared to the performance of our vehicle. That Legacy is so much faster than us on the straights. So we're gonna really need to push hard on the corners, through the twistier bits of the course to make up time. We do make up a lot of time on the corners though. We're able to really hold the road. I think I did a half decent job setting up the suspension on this car and the alignment and everything, making sure it handles beautifully. Oh boy, come on. Around the outside? Maybe? Oh, it's close. It is very close. It's gonna be a tight squeeze here. No contact magically. That's good, luckily. Alright, dive on the inside here. Here we go. If gap car. A little bit of an off-course excursion there. And we pay the price for that. The curbing definitely unsettled us a little bit. Alright. Time to fight for that place back. Come on. Give us some speed. I got one more lap. We can try to get back up with that Legacy. I did make a mistake there, fairly big mistake. Fairly big mistake. That did cost us probably third. That's fine. We just got to learn from our mistakes. And we still got a very solid points playing position. Still do much better than what the game thinks our car would finish. The game definitely predicted us to be absolutely destroyed by the opponents. And we're doing an okay job. Alright, come on. We've got this. Got a couple corners left. Make sure we don't lose any more time. No more positions. We should still get points, which is nice. Oh, but this little Suzuki Cappuccino is not all that fast, but it is good on the corners. Very, very, very stable. Come on, final corner. Carry the speed out of there. Nice. And I crossed the line. Beautiful. Alright, we're going to be doing one more race after this. And I'm going to be ending the stream. So let's see. Our odds were 13.0. So we were very, very much disadvantaged in this race. There we go. Level up the car some more. Get some more performance. We can actually go up against some of these harder opponents. There we go. Grippy boys. Grippier tires. Alright, good. Our ranking number increased. Another race. Here we go. Final race of the stream. What's it going to be? Can we get it? Can we get a half decent odds in our favor? Not necessarily. I got the Nordschleifer. Let's see what's up. Let's see what up against here. It's RS Turbo, Silva K's, Sylvia. Let's do it. We may as well attempt it. Worst case scenario, we make an absolute fool of ourselves, and we get to laugh it off. About being absolutely blown out of the water by these high-performance sports sedans, these hot hatches, and everything else in our little tiny Japanese K car. But let's go. Let's see if we're actually able to do half decently here. If we can survive the first corner, we'll have a little bit of an advantage, because the rest, because we'll have a good amount of continuous corners, back and forths, basically for the first sector. And we should have a good run through most of these, which should help us a bit hold off the AI. I'm mainly worried about some of the faster sections. There's about four high-speed sections where the fast cars really do catch up to the slow cars. The first one is right after the Flugplatz. Flugplatz. Of course, you have the 1.2 mile straight right before the finish line. You do have a fairly high speed section just before the carousel. And you do have a smaller high speed section sort of after the first sort of major right hand hairpin on the course. So it will be a little bit tricky. We got this. We've got this. Maybe. We're going to the first high speed section now. And I do see the opponent still right in the rearview mirror. So this is going to be a bit tricky. The fifth gear. Come on. Give me some speed. Give me some performance. A bit nice. A bit smooth. This car's actually doing half decent. We're actually holding him off just a little bit. Through the left-hander. Get ready to brake. Oh gosh, big dive bomb by the AI. Two of them trying to dive right on the inside. Got another one, the Civic. Sorry, not the Civic, the Vitz RS right behind us. Another hot hatch compact car. It's gonna be tricky. Alright, now we're going to go through some twistier sections that should allow for a decent amount of time to be gained on these heavier, more sluggish sport sedans. Eventually, hopefully. Hopefully we'll be able to gain a decent amount of time on them before another high-speed section. Because otherwise it's going to be at a bit of a disadvantage. We're already in fourth, and we're holding off the final two cars here. Come on. I'm going like full tilt through these corners as fast as I can. Try not to make any mistakes. Trying to basically get as much performance out of the vehicle as I can. And it's tricky. It is, oh dear, it is very tricky. Slight mistake there, but that's okay. Carry some speed out of the corner. Use a little bit of the curbing on the inside on both sides. Come on. You got this. We're in a very, very small Japanese sports compact car. Very, very lightweight. It's got 63 horsepower stock. Very low on power. Very lightweight though. Very tiny. It's basically like a Mazda Miata. Even smaller. Oh gosh, we're out of the points now. I have on the inside. Let's try to keep at least fourth. Alright, slight tap on the wall. I am way overdriving this car as well. Trying to carry as much speed through these corners as possible. Going through them much faster than it would be normally safe. This is very tricky. Come on, Isaac. Ooh, a little bit sliding through there. Alright, now into basically the third very, very high speed section. This will be where the Vitz really kind of pulls ahead of us, because it's basically got double our horsepower. And around the same amount of weight, actually. It's the Vitz RS, very, very lightweight, very agile, very quick. And we got another vehicle, we got 6th place just behind as well. We're not even halfway through the first high speed section. They're just sitting back there as well. They're just waiting for an opportunity. We're gonna have to really, really push through the longer twisty section after this semi-straight in order to really get a good distance away from 5th and 6th, so we can get some points. Because this little Suzuki Cappuccino does not have any power, not at all, and it is terrifying trying to get points while being run down by some of the faster opponents. If we can finish 4th, that'll be a miracle. Because it is a 15.6 for our odds in this race, which means that the odds are heavily stacked against us. The other opponents are much, much faster than our car, much more powerful. Come on. Get some speed out of the carousel. Oop. Come on, nice and easy. We are slowly pulling ahead of the Vitz through some of these twistier turns. Keep our RPMs high because this engine doesn't have any torque either. Come on. Ooh, almost lost it there. Rear end got a little bit light over the crest there. We're doing well. We're keeping the Vitz at bay. Oh man, this is I can feel my pulse pounding actually. This is a very, very tricky section. Trying to gain as much time as possible because that is a 1.2 or 1.3 mile absolutely long sprint to the finish line at the end of this lap. And I know for a fact that the 2 cars behind me are much, much faster on the straights, and they're going to gain a lot of time on that straight. And that straight is one of the wider parts of the track as well. So overtaking slower vehicles is very easy there. Not much I can do to defend. So I need to gain as much time as I can through this twistier section, basically pushing this car to the absolute limit, taking as much speed through these corners as I can, and just hoping I make enough time that I can hold them off enough to get a 4th place finish so their ranking doesn't absolutely go down the drain. So a 4th place finish will give us enough points to improve our ranking. A 5th place finish will give us 0 points at all, and our ranking will be absolutely horrible. Come on, final couple corners. I already see the Vitz behind me. That's not good. Come on. Full speed through this corner. Try to carry as much speed as I can. Oh boy. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I'm terrified. I'm terrified. Come on. Give me some speed. Carry the RPMs as high as we can. No. No. Alright, get into the slipstream. This isn't quite over yet. If we can outbrake them going to the final corners, we may still have a chance. Get into the slipstream. Okay, come on. Alright, they've kind of reached the top speed as well. They're not really pulling that much further ahead of us now. They're still somewhat within striking distance. If we can get a really, really late brake run on them, it's going to be tricky. Alright, they're slowing down a bit already. We can carry some more speed through here. Hard brakes now. No! Nope, okay, that was bad. Car got very lightweight there. At the very end there. It went quite fast enough. Alright, 0 points. 0 points it is. Ah man, that was 15.7 as well. That was one of the easier events on the rank 1 races. It's given us some very, very difficult races, the random number generator for the events. Very, very tricky. Oh man. Alright. We at least level up the car. The car is going to be a bit higher level. That was dreadful though. Alright, let's try one more race. I don't want to end the stream on a loss, so we're gonna try one more race. Hopefully we're able to really kind of do well. Alright, good. The odds are a bit better here. Let's race on low end steering for the final race. We have a chance to also finally win that Land Rover. That elusive Land Rover has been evading us pretty much this entire time. Every time we're in a race against it, we have a chance to win it. We always come up short. We do with the with the rival car raffle. So let's hope we're actually able to win this time. Let's hope we're actually able to win the car as well. And you can hear the more aggressive turbocharger. This is a stage 2 engine package. So it's going to be it's going to be a bit faster, a little bit more performance. But even then, there are still vehicles that are so much faster than us. Nice and easy. Come on. There we go. Good job, Isaac. The AI do not like to really kind of push the vehicles to the limits on that bank turn. So you can kind of cheese an easier win on low end steering by kind of taking a higher line around them and carrying the speed through the bank turn into the braking zone. Alright, come on, let's make sure we actually do well in an event with the cappuccino. Beautiful, beautiful little convertible car. Use as much of the curbing as possible. Alright, hard braking into the hairpin. The car nice and smooth, nice and planted. Through the corner, gradually get back on the throttle. Don't want to break traction. Nice and smooth through these corners. Easy, easy. Alright, we're actually doing half decently against the opponents this time around. We do have an opponent. We'll see at the next sector just how far behind they are. They're close enough to show up in a rearview mirror, which is nice. It means that they are still somewhat close to us. Yeah, the Toyota Celica. We just drove that one on stream earlier. Celica was another nice vehicle to drive. It'll probably catch us up quite a bit on the main straight. The main straight is quite long on this track, while the Suzuki Cappuccino that we're driving has had a power increase it won't quite match up to the almost 200 horsepower of the Celica. As you can see there, it is blowing by us. Going on to the backwards Radion. Let's get into the slipstream. Let's try to draft it. Try to carry as much speed through the straight. Come on. There we go. Alright, only half a second behind. We can actually win this, which I'm excited for. Alright, go down on the inside. There we go. Good pass. Good pass, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac. Oh gosh, and we immediately almost spin the car. Thankfully, we saved it through that corner. Made for a very great slide, very great drift. Not the fastest way to get through the corner, but it looked cool though. Doing some skids for the kids. Alright, back up into the lead. Let's make sure we keep this position. Come on, nice and easy, nice and easy. To make sure our driving is nice and smooth. Don't want to upset the balance of the car too much. As the vehicle begins getting more power, this is one of the few vehicles that actually becomes just a little bit more difficult to drive at the limit compared to some of the other vehicles, because it actually makes quite a bit more power once it is tuned. Isaac Umbras, do you wish Enthusia Professionals had upgrades from Gran Turismo 4 or Gran Turismo 7? I mean, I'm quite nice. I enjoy the system that's currently in place here, where you have to drive nice and clean in order to upgrade the car. I do like that unique system as well, because it kind of encourages good racecraft, and it encourages good driving and not just punting opponents off the track. So in that regards, I do enjoy it quite. I do enjoy the current system, but if I had to choose a different system, I'd much rather have the Gran Turismo 4 system. I think it just kind of goes better with the general vibe of the earlier mid-2000s racing games. Plus also in Gran Turismo 4, the prices of the upgrades weren't nearly as expensive as in Gran Turismo 7. So, yeah. Alright, that Celica right behind us. That being said though, I would love Konami to remake another Enthusia game. A more modern Enthusia, and that'd be really, really cool. Keep a lot of the systems in place, but just update them. Do some quality of life fixes and everything. And of course, update the car roster to be for more modern vehicles. Add a few more original circuits. And I think it'd be genuinely a great like sim or simcade. We actually managed to win as well. Very nice. Alright, let's see if we're able to unlock the Range Rover. Let's see. Yes. Very nice. Finally unlock the Range Rover. That's good. Decent amount of performance. Sweet. We're gonna level up our vehicle as well. Very nice. Oh wow, our vehicle is already at rank 9 or level 9. Nice, good amount of performance, a good amount of ranking points. Very, very nice. All right, I'm gonna make sure I actually save. There we go. Yeah. Make sure we actually save this game, so we don't lose any data like we did previously. Alright, nice. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, do be sure to leave a like, subscribe, Let me know what I'm doing well in the comments below. I have one more Emmy race. Sure, I'll do one more race. I'll do one more race. That way we get the cappuccino to rank 10, and we can choose another vehicle for the start of the next time we do the stream. So let's see. Let's see what races we have available to us. The game went back to being quite difficult. So let's see what we have. Lightweight 2-seater meeting. That's possible. What else do we have? An intermediate match. Lightweight 2-seater meeting. What do we have here? Oh, we can unlock the sprite. Let's do that. Let's do it. We can see just how the sprite itself is a very slow vehicle. But we'll do one more race at Tsukuba with all the lightweight 2-seater sports cars. Very fun. Now let's get past the sprite. The sprite itself is very slow off the line, very sluggish car. That one's not going to be a whole lot of fun to drive because there's not a lot of vehicles that are that slow. There we go, nice and easy around the corners. Got the Lotus Europa behind us. Alright, let's see. Let's try to get an outright victory here. I know we're gonna be up against some fairly quick vehicles. But now that the Cappuccino is actually close to its final rank, it should be a much faster vehicle going around the course, especially with all the upgrades and everything like that. With it being such a lightweight, agile little sports car now, it'll be pretty fun to drive. Let's do it. Alright, the Europa is still right behind us. Surprised other vehicles aren't closer as well. Alright, first up down, 122. Let's see if we can get into the 115s. Nice and easy through the corner, gradually get back on the throttle. There we go. Down in the second gear. Come on. Let's make sure we keep this lead. That Europa is still somewhat close behind. We have a decent shot against it. I'm still surprised that other opponents aren't closer to us. I do like though being able to hear the opponents go around, sort of as we go past them on the other side of the wall. We can kind of hear the different exhaust notes of the cars as they decelerate into the braking zone of the hairpin. That's really cool. That's cool sound design. And you can kind of roughly tell what vehicles are what based on what's decelerating in the exhaust note. This car sounds amazing though. With the turbo kit and everything. Very nice. Come on, we got this. We're actually very far ahead. I was definitely expecting to have a little bit of issues with this race. With the vehicle itself that we're driving being fairly tuned, I imagine that definitely helps quite a bit with being able to beat opponents that are much more difficult. Oh, nice. We're in the 114s now, final lap. Nice and easy through here. Final couple of corners. I hope we win this sprite. That'd be a lot of fun. Seeing just how difficult the races would be in a vehicle that slow as well. But the vehicle itself being still fairly sporty. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of fun. Get another lightweight British car added to the collection. Alright, not a bad final lap. There we go, there's a final race. That should be enough to level up our vehicle to the final level. Should be nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, we didn't have unlocked the Lotus Elan either. Or nothing, of course. That's fine. That's perfectly okay too. Yeah, why would we want another vehicle? There we go, our car is now complete. Get a few ranking points there. Yeah, a little bit of a decrease in our ranking. We're gonna have another hit to our ranking as we switch our vehicles, but that's fine. Gonna get a real sports car, which I believe one of those is potentially the Viper. It is. So we either have the Mazda Miata, the Tiara Tamara, or the Dodge Viper. So let's get the random number generator up. And we're going to see what vehicle we're going to be getting at the start of the next stream. Of course, the Miata, because Miata is always the answer. So let's get this. Classic red, brilliant black, Montego, blue mica. Beautiful color selection. Get classic red. Yeah, our ranking definitely took a bit of a hit there. But that being said, I am probably going to be ending the stream here. Thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing well in the comments below. If you didn't like the stream, do be sure to let me know what I'm doing poorly so I can fix that in the future. That being said though, thank you all so much for watching. I've been Umbras, and wherever you're in the world, whatever time of day it is for you, I do hope it is a great time. And I hope to see you in the next stream. Take care everyone. Bye bye!